And if you still hear Monster Hunter in the background, no, you don't. This is not Monster Hunter. This is your imagination.
Is it refusing to close?
It is.
It's refusing to die.
No, I just didn't close it yet. That's just easier to do it like that. Yeah.
It's the hidden Monster Hunter level in War Thunder.
Ooh.
Obviously.
Where
you can Stuka against the Jet Dragon.
God. Honestly, that would
be fun.
That would generally be an interesting crossover. I mean...
Imagine, Ruben, a jet engine dragon versus War Thunder planes.
Yeah.
Depends on the plane. Also,
Yeah.
jet engine planes wouldn't be that good depending on how fast the dragon can fly and like how big it is and stuff.
Fair point. I mean, I guess we can
Like
do
if
this.
it's flying pretty slow, it's pretty hard to attack in a jet engine.
It's
Yeah,
a jet
propeller.
engine dragon.
Thing.
Like, it has jet engines on its wings.
Oh
Yeah. Like, it
no,
is...
that's not a dragon. That's a cyborg.
They're natural.
They're natural,
Probably.
yes. Yeah,
Probably.
No, they are natural, I think.
Technically, they could still retcon it because ancient civilization bioengineering shit.
I mean, that's Soshia, and Soshia sucks, sorry.
Yeah, maybe it was like the alpha version. It's like...
You know what? If that was the last line of defense and the alpha version, I just like, no. Honestly, you know, it's kind of funny when people are like, you know, oh, look,
But you could do like events like doing a Rathalos versus I don't know what appropriate planes would be. But I bet the War Thunder players know.
they would leak documents to tell you.
Yeah.
They would. So let's them like do the rough sketch of the event, and then it's like X planes versus a Rathalos.
What plane would win against the Rathalos? Everyone F-16. So no, the F-16 sucks. Here are all the documents. We should take the Stuka.
Here's all the confidential documents with no phone markings on them. No. We'll just leak it in the group chat. We'll just add a fucking journalist to the main group chat where we're just discussing war plans illegally on fucking Signal.
Are you
Or even
in
worse, Discord.
God, yeah.
Do you guys remember the Discord leaks?
No, what the hell happened there?
Do you remember when some guy was leaking a bunch of like confidential stuff, military stuff on Discord to his friends, and then one of the people in the group chat was like Russian, so the Russian like printed it out, so like leaked it to everyone.
Okay.
Do you not remember? The guy got arrested for that. Oh.
I want to invite you, but
I'm in your group already.
You're in the group already, but not Ruben. What is going on here? But yeah, we're talking. If you have any topics, we're just driving tanks and talking shit about everything that's bad. Yeah, the terrorists are bad. Like, how many... There are terrorists on an island without humans, but only penguins.
Did you invite to squad?
I think... You know what? Let's just do a new squad. I just invite new ones. Invite to squad, invite to squad. And it worked.
Okay. Sonia, which level of tanks do you have?
I have...
What battle rating?
I'm at 3.7 with the Wirbelwind and... with the
Fine, I've
Wirbelwind
got
and
a
Panzer 4. I think that's fine.
3.7? How was my... oh yeah, this was more of a 3.3 setup. Oh
Yeah. Oh yeah, how surprising. I'm driving German vehicles. I'm so imaginative. I'd say. Yeah. Panzer. I think they were probably more a closer rating beforehand, but some of them got put down. I feel.
No, I don't think so. At least.
I have the Stuck 3F.
Oh yeah, they've got Eurofighters now, so...
Oh, nice. Yeah, let me just look at it. The crew is fine. I mean, just more like... Do we have the Stuck done? modifications. I am not done with
What
it
is
yet.
this?
So the Stuck isn't done yet, obviously. The modifications, the Wirbelwind also not. Yeah, if anyone who doesn't know, basically you have things you can unlock on your tank, which gives you some just better stats. But also every tank is in a crew and that they level separately. Here's the thing, you're like, oh wait, that's free-to-play grinding. Yes. I don't hate it though, because it kind of abstracts some real-life mechanics. I really don't hate it though, I just wish the
Just
grind
don't
was
give
better.
them money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish if they had
Or too
something...
much money.
Yeah. If they had something that was just more like, you could actually... what's it called? Just play them in a better way, or that they're like, oh hey, you can actually pay them maybe and have some better, just generally better, what's it called, progression. That
Oh yeah,
wouldn't-
that's called premium accounts.
Yes.
I mean, yes, but if the premium accounts weren't, also just half-assed and you still should pay money, like if they actually made it more like a typical game, I would even consider it because I like the game. I like playing it. It's a good game. Like, that's probably one of the key things compared to other free-to-play games. Most of them suck. War Thunder, gameplay-wise, is actually pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, it's alright. It's fine.
I mean, you
can
play
have
it a
fun.
lot.
Depends on the patch
okay,
version.
wait,
Well,
it's
not
alright.
recently, but
Yeah, it depends on the patch version a lot. Like, naval battles were really fun until they patched them.
Yeah, it's alright, says the guy with over
just-
4,000 hours.
just play low tiers, honestly. That's the most fun. And that's where you get the most progression. So it's like, don't play top tier. Top tier shit. All like,
Yeah.
I think up to like 8.0 roughly. Because then you start getting like stabilizers. Stabilizers are good if you've got them, but they're shit if everybody else has got them. So stabilizers are kind of annoying. Then you start getting APFSDS, you start getting composite armor, ERA, and yeah, it's kind of like once you go past the 70s, that's kind of when things get a bit more. All the tanks are kind of the same and all generally perform pretty good, and they all have the same weak spots. There's armor becomes like less of a thing, so you can't just tank shots, and yeah, it's just lots of fun. I
find it
I'm
like
ready to go.
extremely funny that the last 3 German tanks are like a Leopard 2, A5 and A6, a Leopard 2 PSO and a Leopard 2 A7V. It's like all leopards.
No Leopard A8. Ew, gross.
No, not even in the premium vehicles.
Yeah, surprised. Well, it'll go after the A7.
Yep,
Interesting. They really don't have leopards?
they have leopards. They just have not the one
They
leopard.
don't have the latest one.
You mean which one is the latest one? Let's just look at it. We have,
A8.
yeah, they
Which
have the
thing I was
Leopard 2
talking
A4. That's the A4, by the way, is the most sold one. That's like they're in Turkey, they're in Indonesia. So like I'm not. It's like
Cheshire
yeah,
just bought some
Canada.
more new ones.
They're just upgrading right now, which is more like the
No, they actually bought new ones, so A4s, so yeah, they still sell. Also, you can start
yeah,
the
the
matchmaking
A. Yeah,
already.
sure.
Yeah, I'm
They have the
also ready.
A5 and don't have the 8, but the 8 is like it's new.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. By the way,
A7's been around for a while.
if you're interested, by the way, whom I don't know how much you're into this, the Leopard is actually in the new Battlefield game.
Yeah, I'll probably play the Battlefield game once it comes out, but it's not out yet, is it?
No, they're currently just testing it and people leaking the shit out of it.
Okay.
the-
Is it meant to come out later this year, or
no one knows. It you know what? That actually depends on the fact if how's it called, GTA is coming this year or if it's delayed.
I'm guessing it's going to be delayed.
It's gonna be delayed. Like I know it. I'm sorry. Even if they, I don't think they're bringing it out this year because it's like, You don't have one trailer for like 2 years and then nothing.
I think it's going to be another 4 years, then they eventually bring it onto
Next.
PC where you can actually play it with good FPS
Maybe.
and graphic settings.
You know, when we all start
and on the superior platform.
on E1 and everyone is like most of the people are making a left turn, and then some people behind you are like, how dare you turn left?
But also, like, they're still making hand over fist money with GTA 5, and that's...
Yeah, like they are taking their time with 6. I'm not like even surprised about that.
Well, because, like, what that means GTA 5 turns into not a moneymaker, because you want GTA 6, so...
Honestly, here's the thing. I don't think that was the case. Like, I think 5,
You don't
the
think it
online...
is, okay.
I think the 5 online community will be there for a while until the 6 has built up. And even then, I think most will just switch over, and, you know, that would just make sense. But yeah, no, the new Battlefield game, it really depends. They're just currently testing a lot, and it's fun to see, because they decided that the antagonist faction is not using Russian vehicles. I think except one jet, which is like, I get it, you don't really have a lot of Gen 5 jets, even if the Russian one is more fake than anything.
Apparently there's a build mode now.
In what?
I have Alt-E and I can build something.
Oh, right, I think you can build a trench thing for you. That you're a bit better fortified.
Oh, nice. That will...
Yeah, but don't do it because it's a complete waste of time. You die before you can actually use it.
Okay.
It's neat, but no.
As per usual, it's a good idea to have a trench before the enemy shoots at you.
Yes!
Yeah, in like an actual war it makes sense, but in this game where you're suddenly teleported to a battle where you somehow have to take over a circle,
Yeah.
yeah, not really.
But yeah, basically, the antagonist faction uses, I think, Turkish and Indonesian Leopard A2s, A4s, I mean. Leopard 2 A4s, and, Gepards, actually. You know, German anti-air. It's kind of wild.
I mean, it's also just a Battlefield game, so who cares about realism?
I mean, fair. It's they're using that and the Swedish IFVs and Eurocopters are apparently in the game. I just like that there's a game that isn't launching with fucking Russian military stuff again. They're probably coming later, but you know, who cares?
I mean, Russian military stuff is technically European military stuff.
You know what? We make a distinction of it for a reason, because European military stuff is good. Russians wants to be
stuff is shit.
I mean, remember how they said that BMP3 is completely mine resistant?
Well, nothing is more completely mine resistant.
Yeah, but they claimed it is completely.
Not even like the literal like deminers. Trust me.
Of course.
So,
Room. I know, but Russia makes completely bonkers claims about their
yes, and all countries make completely bonkers claims. It's just, I don't know. It's par for the course with military stuff.
I mean, fair. But I haven't seen, like, the other side yet make weird, unsubstantiated claims yet. Or maybe I just didn't hear it. That could be.
I don't know. Go work in the military-industrial complex.
Sure.
It loses its gleam very quickly.
Okay.
Well, no. In terms of like, there's so
Gleam?
much bullshit.
That's news to me, Ruben.
Well, no. Actually, sometimes it's kind of useful because it obfuscates things. So, it's sort of like, it's kind of like, so there's this whole thing about MI5 where like, there's often a lot of gleam, but mostly because of like Bond films and stuff. So like people think MI5 and MI6 are like bigger and better, while in reality they're kind of underfunded and pretty small. Like they did do nothing, but like there's limited amounts of stuff they can do with the size of their budget and like personnel count. especially compared to something like the US, though.
Damn it. I had to repair. Where did it come from? Was it... Who killed me? T-34, fuck.
Yeah. Also, Rheinmetall should probably be hiring.
They are definitely hiring right now. This is just not even a question.
Are Rheinmetall in Hamburg?
No.
They're in the...
You looked.
I wanted to say they're in the Rhine.
They're in the Rhine region, yeah. I think they're in Dortmund.
Hamburg's close
They're
to the
Dortmund,
Rhine,
I think.
sort of.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the river, but the region.
It's the Rhine-Ruhr region. That's when someone says Rhine, it's usually that region, you know, Rhine-Ruhr region. I mean, they're currently making bank, yeah. Oh,
We've got Airbus there, I think. Safran.
I mean-
Safran's in Hamburg, I think.
I mean, you know, I wouldn't get a job there anyway, so...
No. Well, you don't like the French.
No, they would like me. My resume would be the best.
Trust me, they're hiring.
But yeah.
You don't need the best CVs. I got a job.
Hey, my job is to sit here and talk about fuck. To talk about.
Okay.
Like the whole defense industry. Like I've talked to my cousins as well. Mm-hmm. They're hiring. They're increasing the hiring like referral bonuses. They're like doubling them because they need people. Right
I
now,
know.
and they need people fast.
But they also need people with qualifications, right?
Yeah.
And now they train you. And it's like apprenticeship stuff. So like,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Should I really just go to Harem and tell me like, yeah, train me? I will do everything I want and like.
go to Safran. They're gonna get a bunch of orders.
Who knows? I mean, you know, that's the thing. I like being. I generally like actually being in the business of talking to people on Fridays and such, and it's just a chill time. Because people like June, for example. No, I would be worked.
You'd be worked out, tired.
Yeah. You know, because some people like June, for example, just need something in the background, and that's good. I like being there for people.
In the background.
Yeah, I mean, I like actually entertaining people, you know. Or, you know, giving into pressure and streaming the one Castlevania game that everyone wants to stream just because the protagonist is very, very hot.
Of course you do.
Hey, no, that's not me, that's them. They wanted me to play it. They were like,
Who's
Ocean...
they? Who's they?
You know what? Claire, for
They.
example. You know what? You know what? Just go on the server, ping Claire, and tell her to come to the chat and explain herself. She was one of them. You know? They have names.
So it's their problem. Their fault. It's never my problem.
Yeah.
Their fault.
I'm just pressured into playing a game with hot girls. You know?
Just what happens.
Yeah. It's just a natural way of things.
Totally not pathetic. It's just like,
No. What are you thinking? We need more chat, Pete. You know what? I wish I could see if Beyond was online, but I think he's currently storm chasing again. Have you seen actually he catched a Firenado recently?
oh cool. No, I don't. No, I haven't seen.
Ooh, target destroyed. Fuck you, Sherman. Stuck supremacy. I'm a cannon.
Oh my god! Why are you guys so far down?
What? I like the Stuck kills, and I hate Shermans because
You
they're...
got one kill.
I haven't played in ages.
Yeah, also we are not playing...
You just point and shoot.
Yeah,
You
oh.
point and shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the German techs are good at this too, as well.
Okay, yeah, but you know what, Ruben? You know what? You have over 4,000 hours, so maybe you're a bit better at the point and shooting.
Over. I played in 2013, so that's over 12 years now.
Even with pauses, 4,000 cumulative hours is a lot.
That is really a
Yeah,
lot.
divided by 12 years. Not 13 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of point and shoot, you know.
4,000 divided by 12. That's
Panzer,
only 300 hours a year.
Panzer 4.
So over half an hour every day.
13 days out of the year playing. That's like full 24-hour days, not like...
Yeah, but like more than half an hour per day.
Sort of. I don't know. I've had that game for a long time, so I don't
I mean, we also have it for a long time. We started when it
Yeah,
was in
so-
beta. So,
Yeah, so how you know you played the game for a long time as well.
I mean, Agonia actually,
I sometimes am good, but
oh god, I suck.
I haven't played the game enough and not consistently enough to actually know what I'm doing. Let's say it like that. Because in the end,
There we go.
technically you
Motherfucking...
you point and shoot, but practically it's more of an, how's it called? Position yourself right
God.
compared to the enemy. Then
Not hard. Angle 30 degrees your target.
yeah, but not if you don't see them because you don't know all the positions people usually are on the map. So you already know at which position you should angle yourself.
Also, you can use your machine gun to spot targets, just like...
I know, but it's
I
just
know,
spam your machine
you
gun
know what
everywhere.
happens when I do that? I get shot at from 3 directions and die. Which is how it should be, to be fair.
And by the way, these kinds
I
of
thought
tank.
you were meant to be like a god at games, like master of Vicky 3. You can take over the world with
Yeah,
just
but that is
tiny little sacks of
economy.
meat.
That is economy. Not
This is an economy game. You have to earn money to repair your tank.
a little bit different economy, you know.
Also, I never said I was like really good at games. That's the the thing you had.
That I'm saying it.
Yeah,
not
you s-
you.
Yeah.
But it's
Mr.
true.
Vag, thank you for the
But it's
support.
true.
And now, my Panzer. Istavak, your help was caught in 4K. Thank you. You may be small, but you're helpful.
I
Now
don't
this
know.
Panzer 4 can
I
roll
think
again.
I built a crate with bullets in it. I don't know what.
Oh yeah, you can reload. That's useful for anti-air quite often.
Yeah.
But yeah, if everyone who's wondering, your battery can just break and you have to repair and such. And then there's like, if you're like, oh, what does the, aiming reticle means with the moving circle? That is when your gunner is down. So yeah, someone in the crew can be knocked out. And you can actually buff them so they don't get knocked
Oh
out
no,
as easily.
the mini circle is where your actual barrel is aimed. The wider circle is where you're trying to tell it to go.
No. I mean when when you get hit and then there are like the
Oh, the
circles
red
that
ones
fill up.
and stuff. Yeah.
The circles that fill up.
Oh, reloading. Well, that's easy.
No, not reloading.
It's when you hit and then there's.
When you get hit.
But then you can't shoot. Yeah, because you're manually reloaded gun.
Ruben?
It's simple. It's
No,
easy.
I was talking about the
He's
people.
talking about when your
It's
gunner
all
is
easy.
knocked out, that there is a reticle that shows you that it is the icon. That's all she was talking about.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah, we
Makes
just the
sense.
people who don't know about it.
It's not World of Tanks.
Fair point. This is the game that helps you win Ukraine war tank battles.
Maybe.
I mean,
Only in terms that they leak all their documents and.
aside from that. Yeah, if you're wondering, there was that one gunner in of a Bradley in
He claimed that, yeah.
he said they took out a T-80. That happened.
Yeah, but he claimed
Yeah.
that it was because of Warhammer.
No, he said he remembered the weak points from playing video games, and there's just one video games with tank battles that has an armor penetration / weak point system, and that's Warhammer.
No, it's not. The squad's got it now.
Squad's got it now, but but when did they implement it? Before or after?
2 years ago.
And is it also the thing? Does it also have T80s and Beam and Bradleys?
Yes.
It's probably not that.
Quite
one, though.
literally. Bradley A2s, I'm pretty sure, and NE3s.
Do you really think it was Squad though?
Yeah, quite a few people put it.
Yeah, could be.
I think
Yeah,
you
it's
said
probably War Thunder, but
Does it
other
matter?
games do have like armored systems.
not as not
And
not as similar to this one where the crew gets knocked out and you have to not kill health bars and such. But yeah, I mean, hell, Battlefield has an armor system like for a long time, a simple one. They have that. They even have glancing, so like if you hit tanks from an angle, you do less damage. That's a mechanic since. I think Bad Company. God, is everyone?
They're dead.
No, where's
Yeah,
the
they-
enemy? I didn't see the enemy. I hate it.
They're all around B.
Rush B, suka bliat. That's the only funny
that's not
Slavic
the
meme left. Hey, at least, recently it looks a bit more positive in the Ukraine war actually. If you
Well, Trump is less sucking off to Putin.
oh no, he's still sucking off them. Like all those
Oh,
tariffs.
I know, but at least he complained about Putin for once.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Like here's the thing. He's totally he totally wants to save his dictator's friend ass because that's. By the way, everyone who's like, wait, he imposed tariffs on everyone. Yes, except Russia.
Technically, they are tariffed as fucked and like sanctioned.
Yeah, but like the round
The
of
recent ones don't have anything, so suspicious, concerning. Should look into this. No, that's
Huh?
I don't want to give up a card to play.
What the? Oh, you
Universal
don't
backup.
have to. They're kind of useless, and we're going to
Yeah,
lose
but-
this game, so don't waste it.
Yeah, that's why I just want to think how I can just go out.
You can go to Return to Hunger if you want, or you can just wait and look. You can see
Yeah,
Ruben
but-
is driving.
Hey, Ruben is still here.
Yes. Think so.
Oh, I love using the binoculars to shoot over
Oh,
a
yeah.
hill and just letting the drop carry it to the bloody KV. I think it's a KV-85.
It could be.
The AV5. Ah, smoke. My best friend.
Smoke is nice.
But
See,
no,
they miss.
basically,
Bastards.
in a bunch of areas along the Ukrainian front, Russia just has no tanks anymore, and they're using donkeys to supply because their supply vehicles are gone, and
And some parts.
and in some areas people fled on electro scooters. So Russian soldiers because they just didn't have vehicles anymore, and there was this
Nice
one.
to hear. If Putin now doesn't do total war economy, then
Yeah, I think
He's
I would-
already doing full war economy. He's doing another draft as well.
Oh
War
wow!
construction.
Then they're just bad. Then they just can't keep up. But hey,
But they can.
They
for
can.
years.
yeah.
Just at a lower level. Yeah, then.
no, let me put it like this: if they can't supply enough tanks at every front of the front line, yeah, they can't replace their losses.
Yeah, but neither can Ukraine.
Yes.
Like the whole thing.
To be fair, they're losing a lot less.
Because like a lot of European countries are only just starting to increase spending. Come on, fucking Britain, spend more.
Yeah.
2.5%. Like they only just set a 2.5% GDP goal.
I mean, we are
It needs to
spending
be
more now.
4%.
You know what?
I'm talking about the UK
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, here's the
in
thing.
particular.
Here's the thing I do
They
want
could.
to...
They could do more. That's true.
But
Yeah.
you need to go to the Cold War level, realistically.
Fair point. I
And
just...
that's 4%. Like that's Poland. That's Poland levels basically.
I don't know where
Or
we
Estonia.
are.
I know the
Poland
politics.
is not that much more, but yeah. One thing I want to say though is the fact that how's it called? I think the biggest difference is
I'm ready.
if Europe is ramping up for a war economy. No,
I'm still in the
gonna-
game, so
Oh.
yeah. I'll be out
Ah.
soon.
Okay.
Take your time.
Soon. Don't worry.
Like Europe actually can ramp up somewhat their military economy. Russia can't. Also, a key difference is that Ukraine is not losing as much. I think there are a few key metrics people need to keep in mind. First of all, it's not only about how much do you lose, but how much tanks do you lose irrecoverably. Like, for example, if Ukraine says, oh, we have like 10 tanks knocked out, but they can be repaired and sent back, those are not 10 lost tanks. If Russia says they lost 10 tanks, it's usually they are lost. They cannot be repaired.
Defeat. Well, I don't like winter maps anyway.
I kind of like them.
I'm ready.
I'm not good at
kind of
them.
like them, but yeah.
I'm also ready.
For replenishment, I guess next. Finish. Purchase, yes. Research next, yes. Oh yeah, board filters. I think I should do engine or transmission next, or horizontal drive. What do you recommend? Engine, I would say, right? Engine power and
Yeah, probably engine. Which tank? Panzer IV.
Panzer IV-H. Yeah,
Yeah, get the engine. Yeah, because
it's the engine.
they're pretty swift if you get them
Yeah.
fully modded up.
You want some parts, for example, that you aim better and you can actually do something against fires, but like otherwise, only afterwards you just go through this through the tiers. That just makes more sense that way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Really depends on how good you are. Like if you're winning a lot, I think you can just go first row, second row, and be faster done with it. Probably.
Fair. Where do you all go? To
Well,
the
yeah.
Pac-Man field or to C?
I would go point to B. Because if you head to A, unless you've got
Spawn up or down? Upper or lower part?
I don't know, just go rush B.
Then
Just
say-
rush your place. It depends. Like, do you actually have? Okay, you've got one of the Panzer IVs. Just head towards B, and hope you don't get hit before you get there.
Fair. I like the Panzer IV. It's like, here's the thing. I know the Sherman is like the best tank of World War II. I just like the Panzer IV for some reason.
At least in the game, actually, I think Panzer IV's better overall at this level. Mostly just because they've got APHE.
I mean, you know why?
And that if you penetrate, it just kills the tank.
Yeah.
So,
I think why I like the Panzer IV is
at
just
least
the
how they
fact
mod
that
in this game.
if the here's the thing. If the Nazis were smart and thank God they weren't. I'm not saying that. It's just the
Yes, you are saying that.
Okay, if they were smart, they would have looked at the Sherman and were like, hey, the Panzer IV is similar, maybe we should standardize that model and build sensible variations, with better armor.
You know what they also would have been if they were smart? Not Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think that's the fairest thing to say. Fuck the Nazis,
Always.
die. I hate Nazis.
Also,
I like the
fuck
tanks, but
American
hate the Nazis.
And Russian
Oh, yeah.
Nazis.
Yeah, mean, Nazis is now more less the...
Also British Nazis, just fuck them generally.
Yeah. Like nowadays people are like, oh, you can't say Nazis. Nazis were the old German parties. Like, yes, they were called Nazis. But everyone else who's right-wing is called Nazi. It's a shorthand, come on.
Like, oh wow, sorry when some fascists were just too popular and coined a different name for fascism. God damn it, who shot me?
Better pig than a Nazi or a fascist.
Yeah.
Which kind of ammunition you said we should use? Heat? Heat ammunition?
APHE.
HBHE.
Armored piercing high explosive for APHE BC. Ballistic cap is though.
APCBC or HE.
If it's got HE in the name and an AP in the name, good enough.
Okay, we have APCBC or HE.
HPCBC, I guess, is what he means.
Yeah, the Panzergranate 39. I suppose.
Yeah, the 39 one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one I'm using. I looked at one War Thunder ammunition tutorial once, years ago.
Yeah, by the way, for everyone who has no idea, there are different ammunitions, and you actually only want to really take one with you and then not even a full load.
Depends on the tank. That's a German tank thing. Because we've...
Well, no, it depends. Yeah, it depends on the tank, depends on the era, depends on...
Yeah, but also...
There's so many different variables, you get used to it.
Especially with the older tanks, it's more like, if your ammunition load is hit, you die.
Not all of them. If you... Well, just about all of them. You get hit, you die.
Fair.
Yeah.
But especially the older tanks.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
At least with some of the... Like with Abrams, because they've got a... wet storage for ammunition, you don't tend to get... But also blast plates, which directs the burning ammunition upwards. So basically, rather than blowing up the whole tank, it just blows up the ammunition.
I was flanked by 2 tanks at the same time.
Ow.
I'm not very lucky.
I mean, the irony,
No, you're not.
interestingly, wet storage was developed for the Sherman tank.
Also, you two, they're basically behind you.
Oh yeah, use me as a shield.
Ah, no, they got... Fuck! I couldn't see it through the
Wait, were
smoke.
you shooting with a machine gun? Yeah, just wait for them to come to you.
I know, I just wanted to see if there's someone and shoot, but no.
Yes, there's someone there.
Hey, Govsoft Girl, welcome to the tank driving and talking and having a chill time.
And being spawn camped. Because that's what they're doing.
We're being spawn camped or... Oh my god. Oh. So bad.
Come
so
on.
bad.
I like
I know
the
we're like
Calico.
low tier, so... But... Fuck me.
I would
No.
say low tier isn't necessarily
Where is-
like on average worse. It's more like
Yeah, I mean...
if there are people
Say-
from the higher tiers who play a lot, they have so much better crews and the better map knowledge. I think the skill difference is just
yeah,
higher.
true. I mean, low tier is just more fun. Well, yes, because you can play against lower tier players, that's kind of not very good. But it's more fun because, yeah, you can actually use armor. You actually have to know the gun. It's not just like
Yeah,
it's not like you're firing a laser. There's like
Oh,
drop
critical
and there's
hits.
armor penetration, and
Yes.
the
Yeah, that...
ammunition you take matters a whole lot more and everything. It's just
Kill it. I distracted it with my flag.
No! It was shot
Now
by-
it's dead.
Ah, that's nice.
But now I'm out of points.
To battle, let's kill the Stuka. Yeah, spawn kill. It happens in this game.
If you're close enough to spawn, you will be auto detected though on the minimap.
Yeah.
oh my god, there's even more of them.
Yeah, 2. Oh, 3. One of them is dead, but there are 3.
Oh, and there goes my engine and my ammunition. Whoops.
Ooh, 5 kills. Nice.
That was lost. How are you doing, Gossip Girl?
This time I
Aside
have,
from the, immediate implosion of everything.
Oh, are they in the US or?
Yes, she's there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
I mean, everyone is currently like, oh god.
there's still a tank. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, at least a little bit can be helped. I don't know. Hope the cats are helping and they're cuddly and doing well. That's
Let's follow Ruben and be
sure.
the annoying second in command people who
You-
tell useless stuff.
Oh.
Ruben, have you tried to shoot?
Oh, look at the new modern tanks that we are not playing because we're not good enough. Because no, I didn't say to battle. Cancel. I want
I
to.
can actually bring you to the top tier if you want.
No, please not. Because
Yes,
I would.
let's do it.
it
Let's
would,
do it.
No,
Let's do it.
no.
Well, not top tier, but at least higher up.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't have the tanks. Room. I don't even have a tiger.
Ooh. Tiger 2.
I could at least go to a Tiger H1.
Do it.
I still find it so funny that the tigers and such are basically on the same level in some areas than Cold War tanks. Yeah, cats are lovely. That's just a
So let me switch. We switch and then
what?
yeah, be set.
Oh no! Why?
No, I went back to 3.7. Don't
Yeah.
worry, I'm not gonna drag you up. I mean, yeah.
I want to keep going. Yes, it's. I am just so sorry that I'm lagging behind. Okay. I am still working towards the 8.8 cm Flak 37 Selbstfahrerfette auf 18 Tonnen Zugkraftwagen.
Have you got the? It's the PZSPWGP204F pack.
No,
It's
actually
below
not
the-
yet.
That's new.
I need to research that one.
What's that full name?
Oh,
Panzerspezialkraftwagen?
ja, Panzerspezialkraftwagen P204F mit Panzerkanone.
Panzerabwehrkanone.
Yeah, that one.
Panzerabwehrkanone, yes. There's an Abwehr in there just for you to love it, you non-native speakers.
Because a tank cannon isn't specific enough. It's a tank defense cannon.
It's an anti-tank cannon.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's an anti-tank cannon.
Yeah, that would be the translation.
Panzerabwehrkanone is just cooler. Oh yeah, the cats are lovely. I wish I had cats. I want cats,
I'm
actually.
ready. But yeah, you should research that in the long run, I think.
I guess, but yeah, later. I do want to get to the Selbstfahrerfette and der dicke Max and der sture Emil. Do I actually have a dicker Max already?
The
No.
bigger.
I will probably use that one on the... Let me check. Stück 3G. Also don't have that one. Okay, I will probably use that on those two then. When I'm done with them, that is.
I want like the M44 and other boxy tanks because they're cute. Like, look at the Stuck. It's cute.
The Stuck is great. I really like the fact that they...
Also, you can drift with it. A bit.
Yeah. Honestly, the tank hunters have come a long way since World War II, but like, I kind of like that it's just big cannon on tracks. Oh yeah, Ruben, have you seen that there's gonna be infantry apparently soonish?
Possibly. Well, yeah, there might be that I've seen. I don't know if they're actually going to have them because
I mean, they made
it doesn't
that.
really add anything to the game. Like,
I mean, they added. They showed that trailer before April 1st, so it's probably not April Fool's. So
I mean, they've had infantry in the game in some form, like at least in the single player missions, which nobody plays at all. They've had them for like donkey's years. So it's not exactly new. It's just kind of hard with like this kind of game. You need to constantly be adding new stuff, and they are actually genuinely running out of things to add.
I mean, that's fair. So
there's only a limited amount of tanks to add in the world. So
yeah, that's why they are adding World War One, even though the World War One tanks are just. I mean,
I could still add like air tanks and naval at once, but I don't think that would add much. Like air can interact with all of them, but like naval can't interact with much.
They wanted to have everything together at some point, but like
yeah, but it doesn't really work.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if in the long run they really are just like, let's add infantry and kind of make it a battlefield-like more. Because, you know, in at least in some mode. Because it would just be like something to add.
I mean, an infantry would just end in either they're useless or you give them a lot of satchel stuff and then you're dead.
But also, like, most players play arcade. How do they actually fit in there?
Good question. I mean, it's gonna be
them
interesting.
coming like an arcade, then they're probably fodder.
Yeah, I guess.
That, or, you know, the gun fights are more arcadey anyway. There could be, who knows. But yeah. Oh yeah, dumb question. Are there any tanks you like, Soft Girl? I know tanks are not everyone's thing, but like, just generally interested. I like tanks. They're cool. I think it's just a fascination with the mechanical, because a tank is... It's a stupid thing, you know? It's like it's a hunk of metal that you know, tries to... That just works somehow. Like, there's a lot of engineering going into a tank. Especially the old ones.
Especially the old ones?
Oh, yeah!
Like, I think especially all of them.
I mean, all of them, yeah. But, like, the newer ones are just... I mean, the old ones are, like... It's a lot of old technology to make, basically... a cannon run. Fair point. There are a lot of great tanks. Similar to the cats. It's like, what kind of cat is that? I don't know, but it's great. You know, okay, honestly, I only know 3 types of cats, okay? There are, yeah. Oh, what is that Jagdpanzer doing? You know, there's basically... There are orange cats, there are black cats, and there's everything else. So... Yeah. Again, Trace there, we should wrap armor on a knight to make him safe and more dangerous to tank. Fair point, actually. You know, now that you say it, I do like knights and I do like tanks. They are kind of similar. Especially since they're also like, let's give this armored thing the biggest weapon we can produce. If you aren't orange or black, you're non-binary. Wait.
Ouch. Like, I found a tank, but he specifically positioned himself so I couldn't hit him. So we're staring at each other, and then he died. And then I died from something different.
Okay, I just perfectly shot that Soviet tank.
Oh, nice.
And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm always positioning myself that weird, angling is like a whole thing, because you have to hit weak points and you want to be at an angle so the you know, enemies don't shoot you at 90 degrees, because then they penetrate better.
Yeah, it's more a thing of the tiger, but
Yeah,
Depends.
depends on
the
the
Germans designed their tanks all boxy.
yes, because it's cute
Which
and
is
inefficient in
weird.
this time. It's like,
Well, it's easier
Yeah.
to manufacture, I guess. But
yeah, like
I mean,
your
they
positioning angle highly depends on the slope of your armor.
yeah, and
if,
also
if you're a box, you don't want to be shot at a flat surface.
yeah. As said, I think they really should have worked on making the Panzer IV better. But then again, this is also like the main tank in Girls and Panzers, and Girls and Panzers is that one show that where they hired a guy making very gay girl designs, and then they just were like too shy to actually confirm it.
you know how long it would be before you brought up Girls in Panzer.
I mean, sorry, we're playing War Thunder, okay? It's not that I cannot bring up girls. Like, here's the thing: Girls and Panzers is like, I mean, sorry, it's basically, hey, the people that made Strike Witches made the school sports anime, and it's a good one. It's generally a really great school sports anime. The sports is just driving tanks and girls being nerds about tanks. It's like, and they constantly play marching music. Yeah, the school sport is tank. That is generally, I cannot even start to begin how many shows started, like, it's so weird. Girls and Panzers really just kind of filed off the edgy and lesbianness. Okay, not fully. It's like, let me just put like this. Girls and Panzers is still very gay. They just didn't have the guts to admit it. Ugh.
At least I got one kill.
Okay. Wait a second.
Nice.
No. You don't. Where are you? Fuck.
Look, we're winning for once because Ruben is flying.
No, I'm literally playing a flying tank. It's got a 50mm cannon on there.
It's the same
And I'm
thing.
not hitting shit.
Where is it? Where is it? I'm not seeing the... Okay, wait. Is it over there? It's over there. It's a light tank. I'm sorry. That's a Panzer IV shell. Man who fetishize innocent Yuri should suffer. Everyone who's weird about Girls and Panzers and he ruined it for me. I get it. It's like, the thing is, again, I would say it is very lesbian. They just didn't have the guts to strike witches. By the way, same character designer. They literally hired the character designer from Strike Witches because they were like, oh, we have this fun sports idea. So, yeah, it's from the same guy. And the thing is, Girls and Panzers is really good. Like, I can only recommend it. It's like one hell of a good run for a show. Again, great sports anime. Just, it's that. It's just, I genuinely like it. Okay, honestly, I genuinely like it more for the tank stuff. It's just like, yeah, they have some really good jokes in there. Like, for example, okay, the British ones are great. They're just, they're like, yeah, we drive tanks perfectly and we do not spill our tea. Yes, the British school is drinking tea while driving tanks. The American school cheats because obviously they are. The German school is the overpowered one. Okay, sorry, I'm on a bit of a rampage here. The Russian one is great, by the way. They actually sing, and it's great. Yeah. It's just, there's a lot of very fun stuff and callbacks. Like, I really like the show. What I really hate about the fact is that then people had like other stuff like, oh, there's a school. there's there's this one other anime where the girls on like World War II ships as their schools, like, that's from Girls in Panzer, and I'm like, oh, but can't call it. That's literally also because Strike Witches and Girls in Panzers, and like, there were so many knockoff ones that just were worse than both. They're just, it's the thing of Strike Witches was like kind of someone wanted to tell a story, and it was like a really, really good it was just a really heartfelt story with good characters. And Girls in Panzers also came from like a general appreciation of people like tanks, and then they made a sports anime about it, about hey, girls drive tanks and it's fine. It's like,
have you guys actually been watching much anime at all recently?
Actually, yes.
Like, similar to me.
Okay, generally yes, and we actually came across a really good one.
What was it?
Ranking of Kings.
I think I've heard of that one.
It's a really good one. Like,
when it came out, we just saw the promotion material, like rough, not really what it's about, and was like, looks kind of mid. Now we watched it.
No, it's really good. Like, generally, Ranking of Kings is like, it's really emotional and really well written. Like,
except for maybe one part.
There's like one decision where you're like,
huh?
What? I got like episode 1 from the finale. The second season is more of an OVA with, I think, in between stuff, sadly. But yeah, Ranking of Kings is great.
I can see how you thought it was a little bit mid at first look.
Yeah, you're like that, and then you watch it and you're like, oh no, they're just imitating the 60s, 70s style of anime with just really good animation. But like the writing is so good because you're like, first of all, oh, it's that type of character, and then it gets subverted and you're like, fuck, like there are so many moments where like you're going to get hit with a backstory that just makes you really like the character and appreciate them, and you just pull it over and over and it just keeps working. It is fairy tale. Yeah, it's like, that's the thing. Ranking of Kings, what I love about it is I just recently actually complained a lot how so much fantasy nowadays sucks. It's just a video game. It's an isekai video game, but either
there's so much lore.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Ranking of Kings is genuine old fantasy fairy tale. They have a lot of fairy tale references. Like there's a person in a mirror, for example, talking mirror. There's giants, and there's a lot of its own thing. But like martial arts isn't like, oh, you have this and this level. It's like, it's martial arts.
To be fair, the Chinese were ranking martial arts in levels before.
Fair point. But this is more like, classic martial arts of you train yourself and then you're good at it. And then it's like, some just have powers inherited from the gods. Magic is like also a thing that, isn't like, oh, I cast this and this spell. It's more like you literally channel your life energy and it's exhausting. Like the one character, like the one character that is healing is literally portrayed as it's like draining her like spirit. It's like fighting a whole battle, and it's really, really good. And like, yeah, Ranking of Kings, I can recommend it so much. It's such a good show. Yeah, that's why I keep saying the best isekai video game anime, quote unquote, is still Log Horizon. Simply because it knows how to use the video game aspects. Because it's like, it lays from the beginning out, this is not a video game, and we are not in the world of a video game. We're in a world with a weird mixture of video game and real life stuff, and it just keeps getting weirder, and it also keeps using that material so well, actually. And yeah, that's the thing. Log Horizon is the best. In that category, it is so good, and none come close. It's like, by the way, where's my water? I need something to drink.
You need something to drink? Okay.
Yes, I definitely need something to drink. Yeah, and also I think a lot of them are just I think also just a big thing is that a lot of people, use, the video game mechanics because they just can't conceptualize fantasy different anymore. Witcher's Throne. Webcomic, everyone gets an RPG job title and all of them suck when they're forced into those roles is great. Honestly, I will look into that. I would still say to agree again, for me, it's Log Horizon because just, again, it uses it so well, and also it's, it's a video game.
Also already.
What?
Also already. Yeah, once you've got your strength.
What were we talking about?
It's about, stories using video game mechanics.
No, I was asking because Ruben apparently just recommended something, but I was making you...
No, I didn't. I said we're ready to go.
Yeah. I'm also ready to go, yes.
Yeah. With Log Horizon, all stories that use video game mechanics. Yeah, I think the biggest part about Log Horizons, it's it is just really good and
First of all, it's about getting basically quote unquote sucked into a video game, but not really. It's more complicated, but especially the beginning is more about a certain population of a server is sucked into another world. How do they even organize a society at that point?
Yeah, that's how it opens. It's how do you organize society, especially when people can die? How do you enforce rules?
Yeah, that's way bit more interesting than just some than the 120-second male power fantasy.
Yeah.
Where he gets a harem. And there's a bunch of furries as well.
Oh, he starts
and
with a harem.
everybody loves him. Yeah. And he's overpowered, and he has no conflicts. There's nothing there. No. And also just throw in some incest as well, because that's fucking anime.
Yeah.
Also slavery.
Yeah.
Oh god, those are too many. No, in Log Horizon, it definitely is about. I think the biggest part is that the protagonist is a middle-aged guy who's more of a thinking.
He's not middle-aged.
He's actually in his 20s or 30s.
That's not middle-aged.
Oh god, it's in 20s or 30s. Yeah, I think roughly studying.
He's studying CAD.
Yeah, basically a lot of these people are young, and they get sucked into that, and it's there are people just in high school, and there's others in that are in college, and they're just suddenly tasked with build a society and deal with this shit and figure out what the fuck is going on, and you're oh, and also on top of that, they are the socially awkward people. Except when you have.
Oh, you hit it.
I killed it.
Yeah, I saw. To your right is also one, just so you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm literally just scouting them.
Yeah, not before thought of spam the broken tech, but I have played the video game. Yeah, that's the thing, the biggest problem, I think, is that a lot of isekai nowadays is just, oh, I have this weird niche thing everyone laughs at me for, but haha, look at me now that I get sucked into a world where this niche obsession of mine is actually superpower, and it is so tiring.
I mean, maybe it was unique 20 years ago or something.
They didn't came up with that 20 years ago. They came up with it 5 years ago.
10 years ago. No. Ever since SAO, it's basically all been downhill. But
yes.
Yeah.
As much as some people SAO isn't that bad. Yes, SAO is that bad.
Was bad.
It has just one redeeming quality, and it isn't enough.
Yeah, the biggest redeeming quality of SAO is simply the relationship. Also, Kirito is a trans girl. Sorry, but Asuka would be super supportive for her. I will keep saying that Kirito is a closeted trans girl, and Asuka would be her the best girlfriend you can imagine. She would love being there for her and teaching her makeup and picking up new clothes, and you know that. Anyway. Yeah.
You can interpret it that way, definitely.
Knife jets for the 15th time today.
It's fair. it's
Yeah.
unintentional.
See herself.
It's
in-
very
in
very
characters.
unintentional, but like it's like
Or yeah, I'll rephrase it. You can see yourself in that character, perhaps.
no, it's more like I know
No?
characters
Okay.
who are, I know people who are like that. I know very much people who are like that. Like it is just like in the blandness, and you know when they just bring up like parts of it where you're like, okay, yeah, no, that like they are compensating so much, and like you know, not the typical compensation, because typical compensation is different. But yeah, I generally will say the best one, at least for me, is you know, Log Horizon, because just it's I like actually really good, and you know, again, the whole build a society and get people together, and like, hey, the protagonist's main feature is he's a scheming asshole, but that's kind of useful, and then they have to work together with some other people who have, you know, more charisma.
I wouldn't
and
call him a scheming asshole, but
he's
he's
more of
like
a schemer, yeah.
yeah, he strategizes and stuff. But he is so socially awkward. Everyone thinks he's evil.
Yeah. Oh god, you got hit by a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes very much off as evil, and that's neat. And
Yeah,
we have the girl obsessive girl. I think the funniest part about it is the fact that his best friend is just so normal. He's just the normalest normal
You
guy.
got adopted by the extrovert, basically. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
Something like that, or I can't
No,
remember.
like this literally happened. Like, the thing is, story-wise, he was in a party. You know, he wasn't in a guild. That's why. The story-wise, they had like there was a legendary party on the server, and that cleared basically all raids, and later you learn the leader of the party. You get to know her, and yeah, she's like. She's that kind of person who's like, let's get everyone on board and do some weird shit, and then it's a lot of times, how do we get to do that? And she's just like, I don't care, Shiro is figuring that one out. So like, yeah, he's the introvert, and she's like, do something, introvert. I want to have fun.
She gives him a reason to act, basically.
Yeah, like he is very capable,
Yeah, you
but
know, like good story writing. There's a reason to it. It's not just
Yeah.
for MacGuffin.
Yeah, because he has basically the problem. He's capable, but he doesn't have a very strong self-drive to do things.
yeah. And meanwhile, like his best friend being like just a very average good dude is just like
He's so normal. He built himself in an MMO.
yeah, that's the literally joke. A fun fact: the Log Horizon opens and basically everyone has dysphoria because they kind of even if they made themselves, they sometimes compensated for something. Like she was like, I kind of made myself taller in the MMO because you know, and I was like, fuck, this is wrong. This is not my body. No, not to mention everyone who's suddenly is stuck in the opposite gender body, which you know they're like, oh god, this is bad. But yeah, no, his best friend literally just made himself. Just wow. Okay, 2 aircrafts destroyed. I take that.
Good job. I live because I'm. No, I don't live. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can stop wanking about Log Horizon. It's a really good show, and I really like it. There's a reason we rewatched it a bunch of times.
I want rerun season 2, please.
That
Come soon.
It will be coming, but I don't know when.
good.
I think
Yeah.
2026 or something.
Probably.
I mean, everyone likes.
Also, what's funny is the author of Freerun. They've put the manga on pause to help with the anime, basically. So there's not even more manga to read.
Wasn't it a light novel actually?
No, I think it's manga,
Okay.
or at least that's how most of it is available. If you want to get further past the the current season.
Yeah. Oh well, but yeah, Frieren, great. Even though the best part about Frieren is fan pouting, fan going. Very important. Those are the most important pictures out of Frieren, and I will not discuss that further.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's generally
Confirmed.
a good story. It has like only minor problems.
Yeah, I still dislike that the magic and such is like still like, it still feels, you know, video game, but you know, the video game filed off.
Well, it's
I
D&D.
don't know. It's just
It's literally
It's well written, and I really like it.
I don't know. It just feels like so. Okay, you know how many anime like realistically, you would feel awkward showing it to your parents, right?
most of them, I guess.
I guess.
Right.
I mean,
Depends on your
I don't know.
parents, you know, and how you stand to your parents.
Show it to your parents, and you wouldn't want them to judge you. Like, what the heck are you watching, sort of thing.
Well,
What the heck is this?
I don't really care about that, so
I know you.
so it's hard for me to
Other
use your
people
criteria.
do.
There.
Room, you have another problem here. My parents literally like walked in on me watching Ranma, and they didn't care, and I didn't care.
Okay.
So
if you've
no,
got
this is a bad
parents,
question.
so sorry.
We have like on one side like above average parents in terms of tolerance, and I don't really care what my parents
Yeah.
think about what I'm watching, but that's me. So I'm trying to.
Well, okay.
I'm trying to piece together. You probably mean like the overly sexualized stuff, and that often is an anime.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like, oh, what was it?
Yeah.
Was it Shield Hero?
Okay, yeah,
you wouldn't
okay.
show them that.
No, that's more like because I find it morally reprehensible, and that's why I wouldn't do it. But
Well, also that, but it's that
I mean,
it's that class of slop, basically.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
We don't watch much of that.
yeah.
I don't watch much of that.
And on the other
but,
hand,
like,
it's. I mean,
like if you're trying to get a normal person, so none of us,
Yes.
to like watch a show, which one would you point them towards?
Black
I'd say
Lagoon.
Free Run because it just
Depends
it's
on the-
very easy to get
depends
into
very much
and
on
it's
the
very
person.
good quality.
Yeah, it depends on the genre they want to watch. Frieren is good anime for fantasy. More quote unquote normal stuff would be like Black Lagoon, for example.
oh yeah, Black Lagoon is great.
Everybody likes Black Lagoon.
It depends on the person.
Yes, I'm saying when they
True,
want the more
yes.
normal as in movie
I mean,
but
okay,
anime.
But what I'm talking about is take the if you averaged all the personalities of
Heidi.
every person in your country. Sort of.
Heidi, you can show everyone Heidi, and they will love it. And you know why I didn't know that? Because my fucking parents watched Heidi with me. Because Heidi is such a good old-timer. You can't go wrong with Heidi. Psychopaths is a good normal show. Psychopaths is really good, yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah, very good, very good.
Kind of watching it again right now, but yeah, Fooly Cooly could kill a Victorian child. Fooly Cooly is, yeah, that's a good one though. But yeah, Psychopaths is one of those you can really show to people and they'll be like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed that one. They are really good ones, and yeah, but I'd say Heidi's the obvious one. Like, it's like, oh, which anime could you show everyone? Heidi.
Could you stop like talking over
Sorry.
everyone? You're talking too much.
Okay, sorry.
We have 3 people.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can average this, but like in general, like beginner anime, like where you don't have to stomach weird cultural things of Japan.
Yeah, like I'd say Studio Ghibli certainly. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, Studio Ghibli, but
Certainly.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ghibli. Agonia is here the whole time, yeah.
Yeah.
Agonia activity.
Hello.
oh, what else? What else? So we've got Free Run, we've got
If they can get over
Black,
the
Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon.
Black
yeah.
Lagoon, if they're, I'd say if they're more
It's more adult comedy stuff.
It's very shonen, sort of, isn't it?
It depends. It's like, here's the thing. It's a very adult show, crime drama, action thing. So it has its audience, but like clearly definitely not everyone.
Of course not.
But I mean, yeah, the Ghibli stuff. That's why I said Heidi, because guess who was the vice director on Heidi?
Was it Miyazaki?
It was Miyazaki. He says, like, here's the thing. It's not his show, so I will not say like, this is a Miyazaki thing. You see where his origins are from, because it was, Nippon Entertainment, but like, it's not his show. It's from the actual director. It's like he clearly said this is his show, his magnum opus, and Heidi is really good. But like, I'm just saying, watch Heidi, watch Castle in the Sky.
Yeah. So we have Frieren. We have Black Lagoon, Psycho-Pass, everything Studio Ghibli made, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Frieren.
Yeah.
I said that, but yes, Frieren again.
I know. Emphasize again. Other ones.
I'm trying to find things that would not be immediatw off-putting for some people.
It's hard, isn't it? It's
hard.
They
they have like a high or low.
Like, you're not going to show someone Fairy Tales their first show. Maybe Attack on Titan as a sort of...
Maybe.
I mean, that was the one that actually got me into, like, anime a little bit. So,
I mean...
that is kind of unique and weird. So, I guess it, again, depends on the person.
And it ends with the protagonist couldn't decide if or not he genocides everyone, but even if he could, he would have wanted to.
Yeah, maybe at least the first 4 seasons.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit...
The beginning is fine. In the end, it becomes imperialist Japan apology.
Yeah, that's
apologetics. That's the word.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like people were like, oh, hey, this is a great character. It's like, yeah, well, it based on like this one Japanese general in World War II that made horrible atrocities. And everyone was like, why? Like, oh, he just liked serving his country, and I like his courage. And like, yikes. Yeah. I mean, okay, honestly, thanks to the Netflix show, a lot of people are got into One Piece now. That was...
One Piece, I think you could, but...
One Piece is one of those things...
It takes a while.
Depends on the person, and depends if you want to get into...
I mean, I think the thing about One Piece is that it's one of those shows, can I say, it's one of those shows that if there's enough public support, like, oh, this is a big thing, people are like, okay, it looks weird, but let's give it a go. And I would say, especially because the East Blue is so grounded and actually, there is stuff like Baratier, and there's like Baratier, Orangetown, and Along Park. That does hit really well. And I think those are the ones where I know for a fact that a lot of people are like, okay, I misjudged that show, that series. I'm into it now, even though it gets into more wild, adventurous stuff.
Really depends. Like, also some people want to just finish a show. For them, One Piece is obviously not a thing.
Totally.
You can make the obvious argument about, hey, if you like the show, then you have a lot of show you like to watch.
I mean, it also comes down to who the normie is we're talking about. Like, for example...
Like, has the person preconceived notions against anime that they're, like, for children or something? Then they obviously have bigger hurdles to clear. Or are they uncomfortable with sex or sexualization in general? Because that's what lots of anime have.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, nowadays, I would say to their detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's often... Also, there's... I do not like it, especially when it's with, like, underage people. It's just gross.
It depends how it's done, in my opinion. Like, if you...
Majority of the time, it's...
Yes.
I mean, the majority of the time, it's
I'm not arguing about the how often it is done well. I'm just saying, if you do it well and you just want to depict, like, teenagers going through their sexual awakenings and stuff... That could be a good show. I mean, it most often isn't.
Like, similar to Sex Education, right? You know, the Netflix show? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about people that aren't 18, you know?
I mean,
that's fine. And that's a great show. But it really matters how it's done.
I mean, that's probably also a big... That's also a big thing I will always say about shows where people are like, oh, this and this show is what... Like, here's the thing. if I, for example, look at Strike Witches, I can say Strike Witches was a show definitely aimed at teenagers. So the cast is teenagers. Like,
Yeah,
are you going to...
Cowboy Bebop. I forgot
It's
that
like-
one.
Yeah, fair.
I think this is probably the weirdest part of when we talk about sexuality in shows, that a lot of times people always assume that the target demographic is them, aka everyone above 20, and like, no, there's stuff for teenagers. And if you cannot handle stuff for teenagers, that's also, they're and, especially with the idea that teenagers are, these non-sexualized beings that only discover that sex is a thing at like 18 years old or something, you're also kind of very wrong about teenagers. But that's how a lot of people treat...
Also, Ruben, since you brought up Cowboy Bebop, I'm wondering why Nya didn't brought it up. Planetes.
Okay, Planetes is just... Yeah, that one is so good, but like... Oh, hey, do you want really good sci-fi from Studio Sunrise? Like... No, seriously, I think... Honestly, now that you say it, Planetes is that kind of sci-fi
take
show.
too long for
By the
your
way,
pop.
someone is not ready here.
Yeah.
No, I'm all ready.
Okay.
Now.
I forgot to press ready, though. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Nya, try to keep your points shorter because
Okay.
3 people talking.
Yeah, I want to say Planetes is like, it's the perfect Sunrise introductory show for people who are like, I don't know about mechs. Show them Planetes, because it's like it's basically Gundam but without mechs.
Also, Berserk. None of the more recent ones, the original anime, because even though the animation's kind
Three
of
people
new,
anyway.
but
There is no Berserk without problems.
Gossov Girl, if you want to talk, this is the Friday stream. We are always open to everyone to join the voice chat if they want to keep talking directly. What I just
When I'm saying
realized?
talking, I'm talking about voice chat, obviously.
Yeah.
Because, like, chat we can also always process afterwards, but we can't talk over each other.
I mean, can I say some obvious ones though? Sports anime. Megalobox.
No, please, no.
Hajime no Ippo.
Megalobox is good.
Megalobox is really good. Like the sports dramas they're just sports dramas. They're just really
Okay,
good on their own.
okay, I think it's more just a thing of I'm not into sports anime anymore. Really, that they just don't vibe with me. But certainly for certain people, they absolutely do. I think it's more just I'm not the target audience for them, basically.
Megalobox is
Going
more
on
like
to your point.
Megalobox is more like poor people in boxing, trying to make ends meet, trying to get to the top. It's kind of nice.
It's about
not the usual formula.
It's a very classic boxing thing, actually. It's just
But
another.
it's not the usual
Yeah.
sports anime formula.
Yeah,
Because when
it's good.
when you think sports anime, you think Captain Tsubasa and the Thor on the horizon.
The goal on the
Where
horizon.
you think, oh, we only have to use the power of friendship to solve all life problems, and then
Yeah.
they do well.
I mean,
But in
And it's just
Megalobox it's more
okay,
like,
yeah,
no,
we
you
know
had
what's
too many.
gonna happen
Yeah,
again.
but in
Can
in Megalobox it's more like, no, you had too many concussions, you can't win.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's one of the boxing ones. It's an adult one. I know Captain Tsubasa is also a bit more adult, but it's not the power of friendship. It's it's those classic boxing dramas.
It's not that I'm gonna scream even louder
Yes,
to make
Yeah.
my punch more powerful.
it's not your typical show.
It is a very typical sports drama, more like that actually.
Yeah, I think that's more accurate.
Well, I don't even like normal typical sports dramas, so again, probably not for
Yeah.
me, but certainly for some people, they really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it when Megalobox isn't for someone, Gothsoft Girl. As said, it's a very, very classic sports drama, but
To be
like...
fair, Megalobox is the second one, where he's already like on drugs and everything.
No, that's...
Yes,
we went-
Megalobox is the second one.
Megalobox is a sequel to another show that's placed hundreds of years earlier.
No, it's the same.
Really?
Yes. I'm sorry that you misremember, but
Yeah, it's a sequel to like an actual old series and like, a very popular one at that. Oop. That's not a tank. Yeah, so they're yeah, I can get that. More matches is definitely something that Megalobox could have profited from.
Yeah.
It's like it's more like, you know, the classic sports anime. They are definitely going over very well with the typical crowd, you know, with the normies, as we say. But like as said, normies are
weird.
It depends who you're talking about that, because like, for example, like, I mean, my mom is, I'd say she's a normie, but she's also kind of she's also very much into art and, you know, and such. So yeah, then again, I mean, I said, I don't really know, I can't really comment too much about the parent stuff, because my mother gifted me a fucking wall scroll of my quote-unquote waifu back in the day for her birthday.
Okay, that's a choice.
Hey, I was very happy.
Certain. I mean, yeah, that was certainly a choice she made.
Yeah. She was like, you know, my daughter likes this character. I'm gonna give her a wall poster. Yeah, my mom is very chill with a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, Spice and Wolf. That's another one. That
Oh yeah,
well.
I mean, we
Fair.
can definitely just rattle off all the, you know, quote-unquote
Yuri on
more-
Ice. That one's quite good.
the adult ones and dramas. Like,
Well, not even adult ones. I don't know. Just a bit more general ones that are a little bit less an acquired taste.
Yes.
fair point.
For example, I know lots of people, because it's even divisive in the anime community, have a problem with the Monogatari series.
Oh yeah, even though Monogatari is like...
Because
I don't know, to be honest. It kind of didn't you guys get a little bit bored of Monogatari, given that like all the stories kind of follow the same beats, and it gets.
I mean, in the...
it's about the character development
to a
mostly.
degree, but like, I mean, the thing about Monogatari is that the first season is kind of a... It's kind of a joke on a lot of very cliche stories, like, for example, you know, oh, he hangs out with, like, it's like kind of a harem story. Yes and no,
you
but for
get-
example,
Bit coherent.
for example, it's technically structured like a harem story, but it also really isn't, because, you know, he gets together with his girlfriend at like the first chapters, and then they are just a relationship, and that never ever changes at any point in time.
Yeah, I did like that, which is nice for once for an anime. Oh, can you just be in a happy, like, committed relationship? Of course.
Yeah.
They just are, and Senju Gahara is the best.
There's not like we spend 20 years trying to get to the point where they actually start dating. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
Rent a girlfriend. They're still on the fucking date.
I mean, I didn't even start to watch
still
this
on the
because
first proper date. Oh my god.
I didn't even start to watch it because it's called Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah,
Don't stop watching it. Just read the anime.
it's
It's like
the
read the
anime.
manga.
I get it. It's just there are just some, like, you know, Monogatari is like definitely one of those weirdo shows. It's like, oh, you get either into it and then it's just part of your personality, because you get to the second season and you're like, you have to watch the Kaiki arc. It's literally the peak media, and it is. But also,
I like it because it uses the whole unreliable narrator very well.
that is also, you know what? This is probably one of those things that I will always say. That is probably the biggest problem, but like, I don't even think that applies that much to normies, because when
What does
that a lot of people who are online really are bad about unreliable narrators. Like, people are like show don't tell, but when it comes to unreliable narrators, they are fumbling the bag so much, so fast. It is impressive.
Oh yeah, have you guys been watching White Lotus at all?
No, I don't know what that one is.
Tell me.
Oh, okay. HBO series. Basically, it's basically just you're in a very tropical, amazing, lovely, gorgeous 5-star hotel, and it's full of rich people who are all pieces of shit and all have massive problems and are all very unhappy. Shit happens. Mostly a lot of murders. It's quite fun. And you're literally just rooting for, like, the workers, because, like, they have to constantly put up with these pieces of shit.
Yeah, it's White Lotus.
Also, the fun thing is, like, always the head manager is gay. Literally, out of the past 3 seasons? Actually, no, it's like 2 out of the last 3 seasons, the main manager's been gay. And luckily I've gotten together with someone at least. Like, season 2, the head manager, so it's like based in Sicily. Yeah, she just hooked up with one of the prostitutes that was at the place. So it's like she finally slept with a girl for her first time because, like, I mean, she was very, like, business focused, and also, like, it's Italy. If you know anything about, like, the Mediterranean, like, there's a lot of sexism, obviously. So
Yeah.
So like, obviously she's very, like, quite strict and wound up in her work, and she ends up, like, trying to hit on one of her employees, which is not a very good thing to do if you're a boss. But yeah, then she finds out, like, she's got a boyfriend, now fiance, and actually it was the person she sent away because, like, she was worried about, like, oh, that guy might get between me and, like, this girl. And yeah, she ends up, like, sleeping with the hookers, which is actually a nice story. It's actually a good one because, like, she gives, like, she gives the lady a job, like, playing piano at the hotel and stuff like that. So it's actually quite nice. I quite like that. Which is like, yeah, get what you want for once, rather than having to, like, fuss around for all these rich, pompous toffs.
She sounds like a horrible boss, but I'm rooting for her. Yeah, on this channel we support women's rights and women's wrongs. That's a key. But I get.
Well, she didn't pay for it. It's more actually like a proper hookup. It was more just like she actually liked her, and, like, they got on, and, like.
No, that's nice.
She was like, oh, it's like she saw her, like, how her situation with the other girl didn't work out, and, like, she was like, oh, it's your birthday, and, like, I guess you were into her. Hey, guess what? I'm also into girls, sort of thing. And then, you know, do you want to get a hotel room, sort of thing? You know which ones are free, because you're the manager.
Nice.
Thing. So it was actually quite nice. I liked that bit. That was nice.
By the way,
all the guests are hot pieces of shit.
I get the pretty girls on the cover. Pretty girls on the cover are very good. It's just always like, it's just sometimes, you know, how the pretty girls are framed. You feel the stench of heterosexuality. And then, you know, of course, I am legally required to say hashtag not all heterosexuals. But
so many heterosexual relationships can be done so badly.
Oh god, yeah, it's like, you know, here's the thing. If there's a heterosexual relationship where I'm like, I get it, I'm very much behind them, and then I will not be.
I don't think it's even a sexuality thing. It's just a bad relationship done badly. It's like a relationship done badly written badly, and then not, like, purposefully badly, where it's meant to, like, critique. Like, I think I'm watching The Motherland, which is a BBC show. Basically, it's about mostly mothers, and, like this mother's, like, she's trying to work and full time, and she's got kids, and, like, trying to balance that, and it's complete hectic, and she lives in London and all that sort of stuff. But like, her husband is basically, he does just fuck all to help around, because he's just constantly at work, but not really at work. He's just, like, partying and stuff like that. So it's like, it's meant to be a whole critique of, like, well, he's not doing shit. It's a shit relationship because he's just.
I mean, that's always a big problem, I would say, because
I think why
that is usually, like, you know, when someone, here's the thing. When someone writes, and I think it's interesting, when someone writes a homosexual relationship, even if they're cis, okay? They usually, even if the writer is cis and sorry, not cis, it's heterosexual. Sorry, cis and heterosexual, where's the difference? They're all kind of awful, usually.
Oh, come on.
You just need to. I think.
I generalize on purpose.
You need a
for
stream
joke.
deck, now. You need a stream deck that has, I think.
And she has a Stream Deck, I think.
I
somewhere.
have one. I have a
Does she?
Stream Deck Mini. I could use it, but I don't.
You'd have to set it up, wouldn't you?
I should probably set something up, yeah. No more like, if someone is, heterosexual and writes a homosexual relationship, they usually they really put effort into it. Like, you really feel that they're like, okay, why are these people together? What is, making, their
it's
relationship
not just
work?
biology. It's not just, it is biology, but it's not just like the primal urge to recreate and propagate the species.
No, the thing is, what I find more interesting in that is that a lot of heterosexual relationships in media, like generally, this is from
Come to the point.
is they just reproduce a lot of very shitty patriarchal stuff because they're kind of assumed just to be normal. Like, a lot of guys just behave like shit, and yeah, so to the point where, like, why are you in a relationship? But it's just treated as that's just how it is. While in a I guess when it comes to homosexual relationships, there's usually a more thought put into it because that's the sad part, because it's more unusual. People tend to take more care.
You can kind of remove at least some of the wider societal norms around like what this is, what the man does, this is what the woman does, this is the...
Yeah, it's easy to fall back on, like, cultural shorthands with heterosexual stories.
Yeah, and this is why I'd say if there are relationships that break out of that pattern, I am way more behind them. Like, for example, I'd say, for example, Araragi and Senju Gahara, like, they are, they're not only there from the beginning, you're also, like, you get why these people are together in a relationship, why they,
There's a lot less baggage.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason for them to be there, Like, for example, Senju Gahara is a broken person, and she's not just together with him because, he's a nice guy. It's because Araragi is a guy that genuinely cares too much at times, that he actually has to tell him, you should stop for your own sake, which also reinforces why he is together with her, because he doesn't want someone who just is together with him, just because, which is like literally the reason why, he's not together with Tsubasa. She's just compensating with him. He wants a relationship, and Senju Gahara tells him no, or encourages him sometimes. But, like, it's just... It's just more going on, is what I'm saying, and that is good.
Do you think that bad relationships, so bad, non-heterosexual relationships, are shown in a better light, or not shown in a better light, are more realistic to reality?
How do you mean that? That's
So what you're talking about before there with how you basically remove a lot of the baggage of heterosexual relationships when, like, you have a let's say a homosexual relationship in a show or something like that.
I generally would say just homosexual.
No, I'm not just homosexual. When you have a non-standard relationship, basically, non-cis-het one, basically, but that's sort of on the predication of a good relationship, it being a healthy, useful relationship.
Yeah.
What about
even if
bad
they're
relationships portrayed?
Even if they're like...
How are bad relationships portrayed, basically, do you think?
It just depends, really. Like, honestly, the thing about here's the thing.
Behind you. Yeah, thank you.
The thing about bad relationships and their portrayal in media, I would say, is just a simple problem of...
Lots of people can't stand to watch them. Like, remember what happened when Darling and Franxx tried to make actually ugly relationships between people in general?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it doesn't have to even be ugly, but at least be flawed.
I mean, here's the
I would
thing:
say.
flawed ones can be written relatively badly, very easily, and it really doesn't matter, in my opinion. The thing is just, again, I think as Agonia brought up, Darling in the Franxx is like such a perfect case sample because the show actually got interesting. When when I think Ichigo is her name.
Yeah.
Like really let out her absolute egocentrical controlling side because she had problems and she wanted to have control and push out what's she called again?
I don't know.
Basically, like, this is the thing. Ichigo was a fucking bitch that basically saw the protagonist just as a trophy and just stacked a lot of self-worth onto the idea of being with him. And you know what? That was a good decision, Gossov Girl, stopping right there. Because the thing is, that this was an interesting moment because at this point she tore the group apart, and she was really an ugly person in the sense that, yeah, what she did was horrible. And then the voice actress got harassed with death threats.
Oh.
Because, oh no, how can you make this character not likable? I like the character. Because they apparently never saw the anime, because then they would know that that was where the character was going. Obviously.
It was writing on the wall, but some people were just... That's also the problem, that again, especially in anime communities, like, you have people who just pick a character on design before a show even airs, and then really hate it when that character betrays the made-up expectations in their mind. And yeah, here's the thing: there was so much build-up to so much, because here's the thing: she was like, it was basically a show about teenage angst and problems, and like, she wanted to be loved, but she wanted to control that. She really wanted to be in absolute control of that, which was such a great was a great setup, because there was another girl who was actually loving her and was the only one actually getting why she was doing that. And I will guarantee you, in the original draft, they would have gotten together, but they didn't, because literally, people harassed the voice actors for doing that, and then they just basically retconned the shit
out of everything.
They
ended with fix the birth rate, people. You have to be in heterosexual relationships. To fix the birth rate.
Oh god.
Everyone ended up with just fuck. That whole plot point about the guy she was assigned to, because like there's a whole thing like the show was. The show was about about conservative societies assigning partners to each other, and there was a whole problem. Yes, my teeth are supposed like that. Hello, Horny Snowy. That's a good name. Wow, I have sharp teeth. I bite you. I actually don't in real life. I got my teeth got pulled out. I'm neutered. I don't have sharp fangs anymore. I'm a fangless, toothless cat.
Not toothless.
I mean, okay, I still have two teeth. Yes, I actually have very good teeth, but I just don't have the sharp ones.
The canines.
Yeah, my canines got taken out for good reasons. Like, this isn't just like, but I'm just joking about it because yeah, it happened, but they had to. So I now have sharp teeth because I do like to bite. If the person wants to bite, I only bite consensually.
Oh yeah, if you get a 3D printer, you can print some teeth if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't help me a lot.
No, I mean, you could print vampire fangs. I know they're your favorite.
I mean, I do like that. No one see it, but I don't have one. I mean, that Spike is on Spike and it's strange. I mean, I made this one myself. It's not like I don't have the money for professional stuff, Yeah. Oh, yeah, then oh, that's why how mean it. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I should look into it. I don't know. Mehr Panzer 4.
Panzer 4.
Yay, 7 kills.
Panzer 4.
Oh, no, 7.
Nice. But yeah.
Number.
It's just, yeah, Darling in the Franxx just kind of shit the bed with that. And guess what? The lesbian literally dies lonely in a dark room. That's literally how it ends. It's just like, oh boy, you know, this is a show where the whole setup is, conservatives you know, control, you know, kind of do control and, you know, what they, conservatives' ideas of society looks like and how that affects teenagers vying for freedom. And then it's like, no, they're right. You should reproduce. What?
You want to see conservative values in action? Just look at the US. That's going well. Look at their economy.
No, we're not full level. We're just basically so we're not Ruben. Ruben has like over 4,000 hours in this game and it's probably like on higher ranks. We're just playing.
I think
from
I'm level
time
100 in the game, quite literally.
Yeah, we're just playing from time to time. It's like it's one of those games where me and Agonia we just come back to from time to time because let's just be real here. There is no other game where tanking is as fun. We tried World of Tanks. It's no. It's not the same.
Also, the engine sounds always pretty cool.
I mean, that's the cool
It's
part.
like you can
yeah?
hear the turbo going on the engine. It's
Yeah, like you're just driving this hunk of metal. And it's like.
I have mine specifically like quieter.
Did you mention other tanking?
So that I can like hear other tanks approaching.
Hey, I literally mentioned it
hacks.
It's not
unfavorably.
hacks, it's in-game options.
That's the joke.
Oh, wait. You can drive through here. Thank you mentioned how yeah. I mean.
Nine kills. Woo.
Oh.
You're doing well.
100% bonus on my RP.
I have 3 kills, damn.
Also, I think 3.
No, don't shoot me! Oh no, it's the consequences of my own actions. I flew too close to the sun. I tried attacking their spawn.
Dang, first year where my ears don't bleed after falling. What?
Okay.
What? Okay, here's the thing. I'm not streaming a lot of War Thunder. Usually we stream Victoria 3 on Fridays, but just, you know, the groups is out. What the hell? Are they screaming? Is the is the audio different? What? What is the why? Why do people? What is with the other streamers?
What is it? Is it my and Lagonia's audio?
No. It's they normally they have a loud as notification playing with loud songs. No, like I mean I'm not like first of all I can't get affiliate really yet, so it's just some legal shit. But but even then I wouldn't make them loud because like I know why people do it, but like. Am I a fucking, you know, I'm not a children's channel that has to constantly dangle things to keep people entertained. I like, you know, people say Hermann the German, hallo. You know what? Moin. Oh, you know what? Okay, I see. We have 2 Germans here. Wie geht's?
That's rare. We don't have many Germans here.
I mean, I guess usually, yeah. What am I walking into? Kids. We're just talking about how I'm not blasting everyone's ears out because, yeah,
Apparently, other people do that.
Yeah, a lot of that's honestly one of the reasons why I am not watching a lot of streams. A lot of streams are very like, they're just very not stressful. They're just like,
well, I'm not the target audience for streams anyway.
Fair point. By the way, if you're wondering, and I guess another look, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, if you're wondering why the second picture isn't popping up, Agonia and we're going
through one microphone.
Yeah, we're going through one microphone because we're sitting right next to each other, and it would be horrible to filter both out. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, whoa, back back injury. That's, and you can't walk. That is, oh god, yeah, that is bad. Hope you. I really hope that that you heal with that. You know. Es hört sich sehr scheiße an, ich weiß. So.
No.
But yeah, your ninth injury. Oh boy, that's that doesn't really sound that nice.
No.
Yeah. Ouch.
Back to Stuck.
Stuck. Still need to finish up the Stuck.
Stuck is fun.
I want the better Stuck with a bigger Stuck cannon.
I mean, Stucks are also kind of useless in War Thunder. Like,
I mean, yeah, to a degree, but it's
like they're overkill with their cannons, and you can't turn the turret much.
I mean, yeah, but like that's the thing, you know. The whole point of them was to sit on a hill and shoot and then drive away.
Yeah, but it's not that good for War Thunder, I would say.
Because War Thunder is a game.
Yes, a game that doesn't simulate that part of a war.
Stuck is love. Stuck is
like fun.
Let's simulate the whole war. 90% of the players are women in factories building ammunition.
Oh god. Uwu Daddy Mouse, ein Stuck, oh god.
The best thing I did with the Stuck do ever was shooting down a plane.
That was fun, yeah. You
Cool.
Yeah, I was like on a hill, I saw it coming, so I drove backwards to get the angle right and luckily hit it.
Honestly, if you get destroyed by a Stuck shot in a plane, just uninstall. Like, what are you even doing here? You got hit by a Stuck in a plane, and it wasn't even the MG. Just uninstall at that point. Killed a PA at 3 kilometers away.
There's a terrible evil at sea.
Okay. Are you coming out?
No. They're staying behind the bunker. Probably.
Then I will wait.
Yeah, it's just like you can see them, they can see you. Nobody wants to move.
Come here. Come here. Oh, they're burning. Ah.
Well, better than if you were burning.
Fuck. so. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. There's no air right now. Meh.
So, do you guys know Armor?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that one game where everyone always uploads videos and then people are like, "Oh, that sounds nice." It's like, "Will you actually do that? Join that game?" And they're like, "No."
I don't.
Don't.
What is Armor about? Except probably tanks.
I mean, no, Armor is like it's a military.
It's
like
basically a military sandbox.
it's a simulation,
There's-
like
yeah.
the real simulation. We played it a bit.
We did?
You shot Jesus in the church.
Oh.
So, one fun fact
To
is
be
that
fair, if you see a ghost, you shoot it on sight.
So one fun fact is that the People's Liberation Army has quite literally showed video of themselves using armor, modded armor for training.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Armor is basically a lesser version of
Of
military training.
Yeah, it is like.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's unlicensed copies as well, but
I mean,
I feel sorry for those gaming PCs because it doesn't run well. One funny thing about it is that Bohemian Interactive, the company that makes armor, they do actually make military training software.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but like
But
here's
it's
the
not
thing.
armor. It's not based on armor. But
No, armor is
the
based
Chinese
on
are
the software.
Yeah, we're just gonna use the armor. It's good enough.
Close enough. Just China and actually licensing things for real and not to just make their own cheap copy of it. What are you suggesting here?
Aha.
So it was funny to see it in like a propaganda video of them showing, yeah, we're just training our
And it's armor.
troops on super advanced software.
I mean, the thing is, armor right now is like it's not perfect, but like yeah. It's,
No, if you use a specific mod called Ace, it makes it a lot more realistic.
And you have to
Like, there's literally a whole proper medical system.
you have to
Like,
keep in
you actually need to be a doctor to use it. There's actual things about like hearing loss. There's
you always have to
there's
keep
bleeding. There's pain. There's
yeah, you have to always keep in mind that, as you said, their actual military simulation is not based on armor, but armor is based on their military simulation.
armor, not armor.
Yeah, sorry, armor. So
But
yes,
it's kind of suspicious that a bunch of really quite good mods for Chinese military assets went on the Steam workshop. We now know why. It's probably because they sponsored, like, make some stuff we can use in the game for training.
I mean, yeah. Don't worry, this is more like just a very relaxed play session. This is more of a talk stream anyway. Like, we're not here to, you know, do the best ranking in War Thunder. It's just friends playing. Let me just check real quickly. Yeah, I probably should have actually aimed at the side, at least with a Panzer III. That's true. I can see why you're probably like, you know, like I would have shot that one and killed him. Like, I get it. Oh, come on. Where the fuck are you? Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I didn't see where it was behind that bush. So, that's not that useful. Yeah, I probably don't need to. I probably should have. I just was like, maybe I should aim better and wait, but...
Well, 1 kill assist at least. Oh,
No.
Ruben is bad this round.
You got
A whole
I
team
wasn't
is
paying attention.
a whole team is bad this round though.
We're really bad, yeah. Let's just go back to hangar, I guess.
Hey, I'm on position 3.
Oh, that's good. You got some kills, I guess. I just... Not.
Don't ask me why I'm there. I'm not supposed to.
Okay, can we just wait for you? And then we can join.
Ready.
Oh,
You got something?
yeah. I think I have everything on the Panzer III, so I can actually exchange it with the Kamax. So.
Deacon Max is like a unarmored big stoop.
I know. That is very visible. So should I get the Selbstfahrerfette? I mean, I should probably finish it up first, and then I go for the light tank thing. So yeah, let's go. I'd say like a 1 out of 5 hits like a freight train. It does. I mean, that's why they put it on. You know, at least it's not how's it called? You know, the elephant, which was the funniest thing that happened ever, because okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, what basically during World War II, you know, Hitler wanted to have bigger and better tanks, and they were like, oh yeah, we're making a new bigger tank, and basically they this was a Tiger, but it wasn't called that in the beginning. So the thing is, Porsche and I don't know the other company, they were both made one, and Porsche was just so sure of his design. You know, he already named it Tiger, produced 10 of them, and then turns out his design was ass. Like, it catched fire. Yeah, there. The Porsche hull was just like, basically, he produced 10, he was so sure, and then it's like, yep, that cannon was too heavy, so it catched fire. It was just bad. So they went with the other one. Obviously.
Well, they had a hybrid electric propulsion.
Yeah,
system.
yeah. It was just a weird thing.
That back in 1940s tech. early 1940s tech
Not
is
good.
just not a good idea.
It's just not a good idea. The funniest bit that happened though was they basically were like, we like the idea of calling it Tiger. That's good propaganda. By the way, this is where it started. All the German tanks have like animal names to this day. You know, a tank just sells better when it's called Leopard, I guess. Henschel versus Porsche, yes. Yeah, and then they were like, ah, shit, Porsche made already 10 of those things. What are we gonna do with them? And remember how I said that motor catched fire because the gun was too heavy? So they put an even heavier gun on it.
The Ferdinand.
Yes, the Ferdinand. And you know, just to make it even more often, did they have were they on Panzerschokolade when doing these decisions? You know, they already had problems with those in you know, on the Eastern Front because, well, the thing just catched fire constantly, so you know they abandoned a bunch of them. So it was like, whoops. Okay, the Ferdinand, yeah, Ferdinand and Elephant, yes. And then they were like, we should do something with them. And so they sent them to Italy. There we go. So yeah, they put that thing into Italy, which is like, you could just,
Italy.
yeah, it was just okay.
Powertrain not built for hills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how's the Dicker Max?
Wait.
Can shoot. No, not on that plate. Between them.
Oh yeah, did you try the Dicker Max or?
Not yet. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to level the Stuck a little bit because I need to get rid of the Stuck. But mountains are in hilltop position were good for this. That's true. You know, as long as they were on that hill, good.
Yeah,
Getting onto that hill was the problem.
As long as they were used defensively, they're fine.
Yeah. But then again, as I said before, the Nazis gladly did very stupid decisions during the war. But I mean, as always, you know, talking about, you know, tank capabilities and such, and it's like, they wouldn't have won anyway because the USA was just like, let's outproduce everyone in the world. They just did economic victory. Like, you're like, oh, but it's the Sherman. The Sherman tank is so fucking good because they were mass produced and really good. And also you could repair them better because that's the problem. Because with the German ones had like one of the best tank designs they had was the Panzer IV, and they had multiple variations of them. So there wasn't like they were over engineered and you had problems repairing them because you sometimes just different in parts and shit. And meanwhile the Americans were just like, whoops, your gearbox is fucked. Just open the front, replace the gearbox, and the tank is fixed. And you're like, wow. They get pretty more shit than the produced. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, you know. I get why they did it. Like, they just didn't have the same resources. Like, I think this is always a thing to point to, especially when it comes to doctrines in World War II. It definitely reflects the economic capabilities of a country more than anything else. Like, if you're, for example, looking at infantry tactics.
There are 2 tanks at where I was.
Yeah.
Wait, A. Sorry, my bad.
Basically, if you had infantry tactics, for example, from the British and such, they were usually like, wait for engagement, don't waste ammunition, check your targets. I mean, well, the American doctrine was just empty, just fire on the position while you move forward, because the reality was there was literally one nation in the war that was able to produce more ammunition than anyone else, and they just were like, who cares? Fuck, that's I hate everything right now.
Right now, it's a Shex with 1.5mm ammunition.
Yeah, it's more like I couldn't. I didn't see the. I didn't see
Rheinmetall and the.
Boom.
The Czech company.
Boom. I just hate the fact that I didn't see the little stairs, and they fucked up my aiming. Fucking dicker Max. Let's get some. Yeah, like the thing is, having good quality is one thing, but they should have had. That's one of the things I will always say. Quality, if you want to learn from about military design and hardware from World War II, I will always say good quality, but have some standardization, because that is so important. Because in the field, as we see, especially right now in Ukraine, a lot of Western tanks just have less, just have higher survivability rate of, for example, crew and such. So a lot of them get knocked out, but then can get towed, repaired, and later, the same crews doesn't need to be a new crew trained. You still have your experienced crew that can go and do stuff. That is really important. But also, the more standardized, the better you can actually repair stuff, and that is just so important. Like, you need to balance both things. Yeah. And then again, it's an economic thing right now. But, I mean, when we talk about economic stuff, hey, current times, everyone is now buying Europe for obvious reasons.
Hey, room.
It's not that there are tariffs on everything.
Hello.
I mean, hey, everyone got tariffs. Even fucking islands with penguins on them.
I'm good this round.
Even the Falklands.
Yeah, no, there's even that one island off the coast of India where no one is allowed to go. And even they got tariffs. Yeah, and even they got tariffs.
Well, you can go there, but you have to be a US military serviceman.
What? No. It's at one island they purposely say don't go there because the natives also usually attack everyone.
Oh, that one as well. Oh, they did that one as well.
Yeah, they also got tariffs.
Oh, of course they did. They just copied it off Wikipedia.
Yeah, I do not really know what they are exporting, but fuck you, Panzervier.
Well, they get hit with tariffs when there is not a 50-50 trade import-export, if I remember correctly. That was his reasoning. So he exports...
everybody gets hit by tariffs.
No. His thing is that most of the tariffs are for trade imbalances. I know stupid. Shut up. But the thing is, because Nyam was asking, what are the USA exporting there then? Because that would make a trade imbalance. Christian missionaries.
Actually, it was more like what are they exporting to the US? But yeah, I know. The whole formula is just insane.
On fire.
Wasn't The Economist calling it bonkers? Which is like, hey, if The Economist is calling your tariff policy bonkers. I am very slowly crawling towards...
So maybe Ruben is right and I'm actually good at games.
Maybe. Sometimes you are. Maybe. I mean, you're definitely the best Wiki 3 player out of our group.
Well, depends. I got to Ruben's 7 kills.
Nice. You also get a bunch. You get an XP bonus or multiplier if you get certain amounts of kills.
Mm-hmm.
If you get up to 9 in ground battles, you get 100%. So you basically just double your research.
Nice.
I am Angie. Little car kid shot me from the back. I don't like that. That is illegal. Don't shoot me from the back. Anyway. Brr, big tank go brr. Oh well.
If you get the verbal wind, it goes. Actually, yeah, don't you have the verbal wind?
I have it.
I have it also. I just want to play tanks.
Yeah, but you can use it against ground tanks, though. You probably want to use Ostwind. Just because its penetration's a lot higher.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Beyond isn't online. I think he's probably storm chasing again. Hopefully next week we might have a group again.
Full group, you mean?
A full group, yeah. And I mean, maybe we should look into something until the expansion, but who knows? I mean, we've
got time. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got 3 disruptions, I think, back to back now.
I need a bigger ceiling, a thicker ceiling on my Stuck.
Oh, I forgot to say I'm ready.
I'm still in the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just wait for you then.
I'm at 9 kills now.
Nice. Double XP.
Woohoo! I can use that. Because I don't give Gajin money.
It's funny kind of watching one of the sort of finance bros I follow on Blue Sky kind of react to the Trump tariffs, because
Panic.
I think he was kind of a little bit more like, oh, it's not going to be so bad, or he's going to have to turn around on this when he understands the consequences.
No.
He's coming to the realization that, oh, fuck, this is bad, he's not going to change it.
Yeah, I mean, he understands the consequences. He's just of the opinion that
Does it matter? Yeah.
He's of the opinion that yes, now it's bad, but it will lead to good. I don't know how he thinks that, but he claims to think that.
I mean, let's just be really, Trump at this point is just like an old guy screaming at clouds.
Emperor's new clothes.
But I mean, it's not like some people were like, hey, basically going and were like, hey, ChatGPT, how to do tariffs, and it basically spat out the same idea. It's not like that happened. Yeah.
Rather a pig than an AI user.
God, yeah, it's at this point, yes.
No, somebody actually cosplayed as the pig from Boku. Oh yeah, I've seen it. I have. But, yeah.
I mean, there are uses for AI in research and stuff, but
I mean, sure. Like again, it's,
we use it for. I should be using it a bit at work. Some parts.
I mean, it's good.
Like, it's for good for regressions and classifications and
pattern recognition.
There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff it's actually useful for. But no, we've got to go. Let's do more LLMs.
You know what the shittiest part about that is, and I just had one realization today. The thing that AI is selling right now mainly is basically only a continuation of what I would call the idiocy industry complex, because around the 2000s, basically a lot of companies realized they can come up with concepts, but there is no real reason to use those other than the fact that people would be fucking stupid. And so everything in the marketing started being about selling things to people on the basis of, are you fucking stupid? And don't realize, for example, that there are better options. I think one of the most prevalent areas, I think, with that problem is coffee making. Because think about it. Coffee making is solved. Okay? It's been solved for fucking decades. The last real innovation were the complete machines. Before that, we had filtered.
I'd say that and instant coffee as well, obviously.
Yeah.
To a degree.
The process behind getting instant coffee is quite cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Basically, if you look at coffee making, it's like you had the the whole boiler thing, which just had kind of a bad flavor. Then they made filter machines, which were just like, I'm sorry, filter coffee is the best coffee. It just is. It tastes really fucking good because it's really nice and mild.
If you like bitter stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I generally I'm thinking about just using up my current coffee supply and then just actually getting decaf because I like the taste more than what caffeine does to me at times.
I just like the caffeine. I just had tons of milk.
I mean, if I need something to wake me up, I'd use an energy drink. But even then, I don't like the really harsh ones. But yeah, basically, that's one part, okay? And the thing is, you had the filter ones, and then someone was like, hey, maybe not everyone wants or needs to make a whole fucking can of coffee every single morning.
Ooh, canned coffee. It's nice.
I mean, I know, it's like, again, it's a filter coffee, a whole can. Nice. I like it. It's fine.
No, I actually mean like canned coffee.
Oh.
Do you guys get that much? Or?
No, I never really had it. I mean, I think you can buy it.
It's actually quite tasty, actually. So
yeah, but like it's here's the thing. Basically, people are like, if you want to have high quality coffee, but more like you just want one cup of it, boom, here's a complete machine, and it makes really tasty coffee, and you just press one button and it makes you exactly one cup of coffee, and like my parents have one. And at this point, coffee peaked. Either you're a household that needs more than one cup of coffee each morning, then you have a filter machine, or
one cup of coffee. Please.
Yeah, or you need 1 cup of coffee. Then you might as well just invest in a good machine, and that's that. So here's the thing: how do you actually sell anything new in the coffee market? Well, someone was like, hey, for those that, basically didn't want to have one big machine and maybe have different coffees each day, and, they developed pet coffee. And here's the thing. I drank pet coffee for a long time. I generally think, like, if you want to have a budget option, like a budget, just, 1 cup machine, and it's relatively small, pet coffee is fine. But even pet coffee was basically hinging on the idea of, can you dose your coffee right, you idiots? because that's it, right? You can make one cup of coffee in so many varieties that you don't need a special coffee machine that needs, special pads. And even more important, if we're honest, those machines could easily actually be designed that you just put in, a certain amount of coffee, and you don't even need the pads. You just, just dump the old coffee out, and you have one type of, one cup of
you
coffee.
can just get a French press. You just get a
For
French
example,
press.
it's like the thing is, pads were already trying to solve a problem that didn't exist and basically marketed as, are you too dumb to actually, make one cup of coffee for yourself? For example, instant coffee has its own problems, but yeah.
It's fine.
The biggest problem
just add enough milk.
I think the problem with instant coffee is more like that they legitimately just don't use good coffee for it because it's just flash frozen. That's that.
Yeah. Actually, fun thing. Have you ever seen instant coffee go moldy before?
No.
I have.
I don't even.
It looks interesting.
Does that even work? Because I once got
it gets moldy. Yeah, if you give it enough time, it'll absorb enough water. Basically.
Doesn't even need. Okay, because here's the thing. I have
it takes a long time though.
Yeah, I have one
years.
glass. Yeah, I have one glass of it here unopened, and I don't think it has gotten bad yet. Which is why I don't want to throw it out because I'm like, I guess you can still drink it. I don't know. If I started drinking it, I would probably also just finish it. But I know.
Also, it's just shelf stable, so it's like you can buy it and you don't need to worry about it going off and like. You don't have to buy coffee ground. It's just I don't know. I guess it. I have it for work. Actually, one useful thing is like so instead of having a kettle like a normal electric kettle at work, we actually just have a boiler that dispenses like boiling hot water. So you just fill up with boiling hot water with your mug. So you don't need to wait for the kettle to boil.
Yeah,
which can take a good bit, and it's really quite useful. I quite like it. Really shortens taking a break, but really shortens making coffee, basically.
But the thing I wanted to get at is the fact that pads were already basically over-engineering a problem and then marketing as a problem that didn't exist. If you just think about it for 1 second, it's a solution to a problem that didn't exist and was marketed on the basis of, are you too stupid and need unnecessary help? And then other companies looked at that and were like, oh, that's nice. But how do we do it ourselves? What if we say plastic pots and we just create more waste and we basically market it again as, it's actually better to use plastic pots because we're perfectly dosed. And like,
I think I've actually seen there's reusable pots quite often now. Or at least at work, I think there are.
Yeah, that's the thing. They did pots. And they did some other stuff, and now every innovation is making those non-solutions more eco-friendly. As in, there's like, you can now reuse pots. Apparently, it's doable, but it's not really feasible for a lot. So
no, it's fine. It works.
No, like it works, but it's more like a lot of people wouldn't do the work. So like, that's the thing. Yeah. It's one of those. It's I think that's what I hate the most. It's more like, oh hey, it's Didn't
we saw an ad this morning about coffee without even anything?
Yeah, it's like just a pressed ball, and like, sure, that also solves the problem, but again, it's a problem that shouldn't exist. And similarly, when I hear AI advertisements, they usually are you too stupid to just do the job yourself? And I just think here being like, I hate the fact that these advertisements proclaim this as a universal thing. Because no, I'm actually not too stupid to do to need job from a shitty AI. I can do this myself.
Did you guys see the Apple ad? I think it was for the Super Bowl, maybe, or it was for Apple's AI, basically. But the ad was basically a guy being like, can you write an Apple AI, can you write an email for me telling work I'm too sick to go to work, but I'm actually at, like, you know, an airport going on holiday, so I can, like, skive out of work, or like, it's sort of basic, like,
Basic shit.
I can't remember that person's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you just write an email or something, or tell me what that person's name is, rather than being like, oh, sorry about that, I'm terrible with names. What was your name again? Sort of thing.
It's like, you know, here's the thing. The only real thing when it comes to search engine stuff where I would say that AI might have an upside is the fact that you could maybe do you could
More
maybe
natural language.
more
sort of
natural
searches.
language, like what is that, or you know, you could but like there's stuff like, for example,
But for general use, we see Google search got worse and worse over the years.
yeah, that's the thing. Google search got worse, especially now, but it got worse. Like, people are like, oh, AI is sometimes better now. Yes, but that's only because Google search is worse, and ironically, the ability to search yourself efficiently is deteriorating. Because I can find shit myself, and I do not
And
need...
also, there's the whole issue of, like, AI produced websites which are just slop and bullshit.
Yeah.
And because, you know, then they just clutter up the algorithm.
Yeah.
So how is it supposed to tell, oh yeah, that's a good website, or website's AI generated, so obviously
And
it's
I
lots
think,
of...
yeah, like, there's a good video by Technology Connections recently, I would say.
oh yeah.
Yeah, about how to, which literally opens with, hey, here's how to search some stuff on the internet. How would you do that? And it's really good because he just goes through the fact of
vintage radio, wasn't it?
yeah, it's a vintage radio part, and it's like search vintage radio, then just look through the pictures, like that looks like mine, and then you just kind of find it, and like, you know, it's
Pretty normal
Or you
stuff.
could even just reverse image search it, you know?
you could do so much because it's not that hard.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
like, if you don't know,
I image searched it, and I was able to find the... I can't remember the exact brand, but I was
Yeah.
able to find the one that he was using.
the only thing you need to know is that reverse image searching exists, because it's not the most obvious if you don't already know about it. But if someone tells you,
search and all that stuff now.
yeah,
so.
but if somebody tells you, hey, you can just drag a picture in there and it searches, okay.
Yeah, like imagine telling somebody, like, you grew up in the 2000s, or imagine telling back there, oh yeah, you could just take a photo of it and like you
Yeah.
can say what is that and it will tell you.
and like the
Most of the
irony is
time.
that's a very basic algorithm of kind of the same shit.
Well, no, it's not basic, but
It's
the
it's a
functionality is really good.
yeah, it's a comparatively
massively-
comparatively
Yeah.
simple algorithm, and yet it is so much better and less wasteful. And also on top of that, I think this is probably the important thing. If you're thinking about it, the part on what AI sells is not only are you too stupid to do the job, it's also, hey, if you're looking at search engine problems, you either need to do things with a few more steps, as you know, for example, you saw with the radio,
You need to verify it.
and then, but you know, in comparison, they say, oh, you know, our AI can just do that on its own, with the caveat that they don't spell it out, that you have to trust it, that it spits out the correct answer on the first try, because you would need to verify that, because over 60% of the times it just hallucinates shit now. Yeah, that is a bad number for any search engine. And the thing is, Google was also not 100% accurate, but it was accurate enough that, again, if you did it on your own, you could
At least
actually... Yeah.
Like, okay, go back to 2019. You search something up. Yeah, a website might be bullshit, but at least it's human-generated bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, at least there's
Yeah.
the amount of bullshit a human can produce is much more limited compared to AI, which can just spout it out 24/7
Yeah.
every single day of the year.
If you have a computer center of something like that running and like produce websites like this, the internet will be full.
Yeah.
Lots of the internet, well, one, put in so many requests to Wikipedia. Wikipedia, like 60% of their like website traffic now is just AI website crawlers.
Mm-hmm.
And that is expensive for them. They're like trying to find ways now of getting the AI bots off, basically. Because, you know, they'll just scrape the internet and then go, like, put a bunch of requests, and that takes up a bunch of bandwidth, which is expensive. And rather than going to actual humans,
And you
and
know
they can tell by the activity what's a human and what's just a bot scraping everything.
Yeah, also, an important thing about that is the fact that AI, I mean, it also tells you that the AI is scraping Wikipedia because who has the best data set? You know, curated by humans out there. It's fucking Wikipedia.
Reddit.
It's just literally scraping human-produced.
Nowadays, it's legitimate good advice to tell someone if they don't find something. Just put Reddit behind your search.
God, yeah, that's so.
Well, no, even how long is that going to last? Because AI is just going to fill that with slop like the rest of the internet. So it's like, how do you actually create human decent documentation and information? And
the Reddits are a bit decentralized.
Yeah,
so,
and they're fighting back. Like, they don't like it.
Yeah, it's harder to flood than the rest. But yeah, eventually they may fall.
yeah, it's just like, well, how are you then going to search for information? How are you going to find information? Because, yeah, you will always have the issue of AI. It's not actually smart. It doesn't actually think. It doesn't actually learn stuff. It's just spitting stuff from its original data set that's been regurgitated.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just predicting things, basically.
It's spell correct.
Basically,
It's just
yes.
smart to spell correct. It's not actually. There's no consciousness. There's no.
No, otherwise we would have an ethical problem.
Well, there's no actual intelligence there. There's no actually going and being able to do new stuff, and
I mean,
all the stuff is based on its data set and correlations within the data set.
And heat level, ironically. Because they don't even give you the same answer to the same thing, because they expect,
It's all
things,
probabilistic as well.
Yeah,
so,
probabilistic, but also like things differently worded to the point that it's different information of how they expect people want to be talked to by the AI.
Yeah. It's just
Quote unquote.
There's just so much bullshit going on right now. It's kind of it is just insane.
I was confused when we saw the Sandhole video. Because there was a video about someone talked about it, like,
Should we leave?
sure, can.
I'm-
That like
Also, I think I'm probably gonna head now. Sorry.
fair.
Okay, yeah,
We also didn't want to make too long tonight.
I guess. But it was fun playing some Wolfen again.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was a good idea. Thank you. Genuinely,
No worries. No worries. Okay. See you guys later.
Oh yeah,
Bye.
bye. But yeah, right. There was a sandhole. Yeah, like, don't dig too deep sandholes on the beach and like.
Yeah, there were like more people die on the beach from like getting buried under their own sand holes than from sharks. It's like, okay, sharks is rare because sharks generally don't attack humans.
Yeah,
And if, then mostly because of an identification problem. And I'm like, huh? Why do people die in sand holes? They're like, people don't know the properties of sand. It's like, why?
yeah.
Have you never played with sand when you were a child?
That's the interesting part of like apparently a lot don't. I mean, I get it.
It's
Everyone-
pretty easy. You build a sandcastle at the beach with wet sand. So you know, if it's not wet enough, it falls apart. And if it's too wet, also falls apart.
Yeah.
Know the properties of sand and why digging a straight hole down is not a good idea.
I mean,
In an environment where the height of how's it called? Wasserspiegel.
the height of the water level.
Yeah, the height of the water level, like inside of the Earth, is necessarily changing with flood and tide.
Yeah.
Like it's
just-
pretty obvious that it will collapse at some point. And if you ever build big sandcastles, especially with like 90-degree angle walls, the collapse is sudden.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the most interesting thing because, like, as long as you know that there is tide, and that's a thing I hope everyone has been taught. Because I know people know that tide exists and how it works.
Flood and tide. Yeah.
Yeah, most tide is, it's high tide and low tide.
Oh, in English it's high tide and low tide?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
No worries. Flood is something different in English.
Yes.
But flute and flute is also different in German, just the same word.
I know.
Germany is an easy language. Tell me the difference between flute and flute.
Well, one is flood. It's like flooding.
Yes. It's a flooding, and the other one is just tide, high tide. But yeah, that's a really big thing. And I think the interesting part about it is this thing of, people don't know. And I think this sentence was so interesting because, as you said, the properties of sand can be deduced really quickly by doing like the most basic of scientific experiments. Like if you
In other words, playing.
Yeah, playing. If you go to the beach and you just do some shit with sand and observe it, you can make very, very easy deductions about how sand behaves and what you should maybe try to avoid, like digging deep holes. So, like,
Without any structural help or like... Because you can dig really deep holes, you just need slopes.
yeah, and that's also a thing you will realize very easily. Like, there's a slope, it doesn't. Yeah, so it's just so interesting how, how a lot of that is just not normal, it seems. Anyway, I have the Stück 3. I have the Stück 3, which one is it? F done. Cool. Poggers, some would even say. I think I can do now the Stück 3G.
Oh, so I can actually upgrade to 4.
I think. Or should I stay with 3.7 first? Only so I can get the Dicker Max up.
Probably you should if you
Probably
want
should
to
do
be on the
that, yeah.
safer side, yeah.
Yeah, probably. So Stück 3G you still have to wait, sadly. But Panzer 4H. Almost done, actually. Oh yeah, I should probably finish the Panzer 4G, then I can already put in the Panzer 4J. Panzer 4J. For all the Germans here. Yeah. And yeah, I guess that's that. Hope you had fun. Damn, I'm almost done with the Selbstfallerfette. I think I will definitely do the Dicker Max and stuff, and then I will upgrade to the Stück. That sounds actually way better if I have two 4.0 ones and then some, 3.7s. That actually sounds way better because, if you look, if I get this one full, like with the next match or so, I can actually slot in the Panzer 4J, which is 3.7, so I would have like 3 3.7s and 2 4.0. That would probably just be a better lineup for 4.0 than anything else.
You mean that you have two 4.0s? Yeah.
Yeah, because like every other German one is like
4.3 or higher.
Wait, the Ostwind is... I don't have that one yet?
Need to buy that one, yeah.
I guess.
I also don't have the Ostwind leveled. I'm leveling the Wirbelwind as well.
Interesting. We'll probably edit it later. What something happened here.
I don't remember.
I guess. Yeah, because like the Germans just have a weird gap. Let's just be real here. It's like you have the Panzer Force at 3.7, a bit of Panzer tank destroyers at 4.0, and like one at 4.3, and it just jumps straight to 5.0. Like, the fuck. I mean, and this is the medium tank that becomes the Panther. So
Yeah. I have that unlocked.
and the Tiger one is 5.7.
Yeah.
And you want to get to that, I know. Maybe we are there next time.
Well, I have it unlocked.
You have it unlocked, I know, but like we want to get there, and then maybe next time when we stream with Tigers and not Panzer Force anymore. So yeah, that was War Thunder. Hope you had fun. It's still fun to play from time to time. So yeah, have a good night, everyone, and see you all on Sunday when there is Shanoa time. Yeah, have a good one. Night.
Right.